is live. We are live for this week's AEW and NXT. And this isn't my favourite stream of the week. In fact, it's my least favourite stream of the week because it's so difficult trying to watch two shows. But the wrestling is always good. And it's always nice to watch something a little bit different from WWE. So can't wait to see what AEW have got in store for us. So yes, I'm excited still. And I'm right to be excited because, of course, we've got the Revival. FTR are going to be in action tonight. Over on NXT, we've got Adam Cole against Dexter Lumis. They're actually going to have a match. It's a non-title match, but that's going to be very, very interesting. So we've got that happening. We've also got Finn Balor in action against Cameron Grimes. Io Shirai is going to be appearing. Karrion Kross is going to be appearing. We've also got Cody against Mark Quinn for the TNT title. Mark Quinn from Private Party. We've got FTR against Butcher and the Blade. We've got Colt Cabana against Sammy Guevara. We've got Jake Hager, Santana and Ortiz taking on Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. And we've got Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander taking on Nyla Rose and Penelope Ford. So loads of stuff's been announced in advance this week, which is really cool. And plenty of things to look forward to. The fallout from NXT TakeOver in your house as well. So yes, lots going down. LSW, shout out to you, says Days, how do you see them booking Balor versus Grimes tonight? I think that's a very interesting question because Balor beat Grimes and Grimes seems to be kind of struggling a little bit. I think it's hard to say why he's struggling, but he does definitely seem to be struggling at the moment just to get a bit of momentum. So I get the feeling that they're not going to bury him again. There's got to be some kind of twist on this one. I've seen a few people saying that we might see Damian Priest getting involved and that the Damian Priest feud might not be over. Of course, you know, it might be that Damian Priest comes down and helps Balor. It could be that he hinders Balor. Could be that he joins forces with Cameron Grimes. I think you've got to say that Damian Priest is going to be involved somewhere, somehow, but can't quite figure out how yet. So I'm certainly not expecting it to be a clean result, let's put it that way. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. What the hell is going on Twitter? What's going on Twitter? What's happening on Twitter? Grimes beat Balor. Did he? Oh, did Damian Priest come down and distract him? In my head, Balor won. Did Grimes beat Balor? Did Grimes beat Balor? I honestly can't remember that now. If Grimes did beat Balor, then it would have been a Damian Priest distraction. But I honestly can't even remember now. So, as I said, I mean, the Cameron Grimes, if you remember to when NXT first came on to USA Network, they were featuring him every single week. And he was getting some quick wins as well. Do you remember? I can't remember who he faced, but he did his double stomp finishing move straight away. Got like a 7-second win. And it was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. A squash win for Cameron Grimes. And then they've just not given him a feud to get his teeth into. I think that's the thing. He's had a few wins and he's had some victories, more so when NXT first came along onto USA Network. But since then, he's kind of been very much a fringe character. So it's quite interesting that we are seeing this match again. But I still stand by what I said. I think that the Damian Priest feud is not over yet. But I just can't quite tell how that's going to play out. Are they going to have him costing Balor, working with Balor? Is this going to be the feud that Cameron Grimes is now going to be a part of? Is this going to be what Cameron Grimes can actually use now to get some real momentum? So, yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm not really on board the Cameron Grimes hype train at the moment. He's not someone that's really connecting with me. I don't look at him and think, yeah, he's really cool. I don't think he's really cool. I think that he's a decent wrestler. His gimmick's a little different, but his gimmick's a bit confusing. I can't quite tell what his gimmick is. Is he, like, connected to the circus in some way? Like, I can't quite tell. There hasn't been any vignettes to explain why he dresses the way he dresses or what his entrance graphics are all about. I kind of get very much like a roll up, kind of a come and see the muscle bearded lady and things like this, you know, but they haven't really gone further with the gimmick, so I don't really know what he's about. This is what I'm saying, like, I kind of feel like there needs to be a lot of work done with Cameron Grimes, a lot of work done, but he is a decent wrestler. We will give him that. We'll give him, and that, do you know what, sometimes that's all that matters. Shout out to Melissa, hope you are well. I can see that there is a super chat that got fired in. Let's have a look. Jason, peace to you, Jason. Days, breaking news, I'm going to go to America in 2021. I am so excited. That's really cool. Which part of America are you going to? Just so that we can warn them, Jason, that you're coming. What do you think The Fiend will do at Backlash? I think he will be there. There's rumors that he's going to be there, so I am expecting him to be there. And it could be that I don't think that Miz or Morrison are going to win the title. So I think that Braun retains, and then maybe they mug him. Maybe it's 2-on-1. You see, the thing with a handicap match is they obviously tag, so there's only one person in the ring at the same time as Braun. Whereas once the match is over, I could see it being the case that then they team up together, and then maybe the Fiend arrives to chase them away. And then you've just got an epic stare down between the Fiend and Braun. So very much you know that Miz and Morrison, that's done. And now here we are with Braun and Fiend, not Bray, Fiend. Fiend is here now. So I think they'll go in some way like that. What is your favourite band singer? Mine is H. I don't even know who that is. Is that someone new? I've never even heard of them. Who are they? Is that a band? H. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm so not in tune with the kids. My favourite band, I love an American band called the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. I was huge when I was growing up, and I really do like them as well. So any of those. Shout out to Wrestling Days fam. Days, is it true? Oh, hello. Little bit of lag. Has it come back? Is it fixed? We've been getting a little bit of lag recently, haven't we? And I don't know why. It has been doing that, and I don't know why. Must be something to do with like the internet at the moment. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any other devices that are on the same internet that I'm using, and I don't think there is. Right, let's jump in. I'll tell you the one thing that I wanted to talk about, and that was Owen Hart. Did you hear this news that Jericho wants to try and bring Owen Hart's widow, like Martha, to AEW because he wants to honor Owen? I heard that he feels that the spirit of Owen is with AEW. Now, I don't know if he actually said that, okay? I don't know if he said that, but that's what I've been reading online. Definitely, I saw him say that he would like to bring Martha in, and it's really split people. There's people saying, what has Owen got to do with AEW? This is just AEW using his name, right? Equally, I've seen people saying Owen was a big influence to Jericho, like the biggest influence. So in a way, Owen lives on through Jericho. Jericho got into wrestling because of his love of Owen Hart, and as a result, you know, he very much, you know, continues that way through AEW. So I don't know. I don't really have any feelings on it, to be honest. I don't really have any feelings on it. But I'd be interested to know what you think. What do you think? Do you think AEW should honor Owen? What do you think? Interesting, says Sonny Wolf. I saw someone saying H is a rapper. Thank you very much for giving me that information. I've not heard of them yet. They're not on my radar. I'm more of a fan of Triple H, if I'm being honest. Loving the top. Do you know what? I'm not loving the top, if I'm being honest. I'm sitting here and I can just see that with the red background and me in this top, it's just all about it's very red. This whole stream is very red. It's a little bit too red. So I'm kind of looking at it going, no, this top does not work with that background. So that's what I'm thinking. Espion saying, are you ignoring me? No. LSW, it's true Ronda will be on Raw next week. I've not seen that. I did see a couple of posts about Ronda being on Raw next week, but I think they were fake. Because if you actually go to the WWE account, which I pop on every day, I haven't seen anything mentioned on there. But I jump on there anyway just to see what the latest news is, if any announcements have been made. And there was nothing on there about Ronda, so no. Days, it's my mum's birthday. Can you wish my mum a happy birthday? Happy birthday to Della's mum. Is it Della's mum? I've gone with Della. I believe it's Della. Happy birthday, Della's mum. Shout out to Jerry Smith. I can't wait to see Adam Cole versus Text the Low Man. How would you book Lesnar Lashley? How would I book Lesnar Lashley? I would give it a 15-minute time limit, and I would have Brock say that he could beat Lesnar in 15 minutes. I would have Brock come back and say, "This is the best you've got for me." Some jobber that's been with the company on and off for 15 years or whatever. Like, this is what I'm coming back for. I will beat him in 15 minutes, and put a time limit on it of 15 minutes, and then they'll face each other. Lashley can be fuming at that, right? Lashley can be so not only is Lashley obviously built like a brick house, but he can be like absolutely beside himself with anger because of the arrogance of Brock Lesnar. And I would do 15 minutes time limit. These two go at it, and I'd have it end in a draw. I'd have it go for the 15-minute time limit, and I think that'd be quite interesting. I think that would give you a few different directions that you could take that story then. Nathan, shout out to you, my friend. Ozzy says, evening days, did you see the UFC 251 card? I did, and it is fire. It is fire. We were watching Burns just the other week on UFC in action, and he was incredible. Woodley versus Burns, and now they're putting him up for the title. It already. He's got a title opportunity. It's going to be Usman versus Burns. I think, was it Volkanovski against Holloway again for the title as well? Like, the card looked incredible. 251 is everything 250 was not. I didn't even see Shevchenko's on the card as well. Let's have a look. I haven't seen the whole card. Is Shevchenko on the card? It says we have got Thug Rose on the card. Thug Rose is on the card. Peter Yan against Jose Aldo. I think that's for the title. Volkanovski against Max Holloway, I believe, will be for the title. Usman against Burns, I think, will be for the title. Thug Rose against Jessica Andrade. Man, it looks amazing. 251 looks absolutely amazing. If you're even just remotely a fan of the UFC, then you've got to watch that. And even if you're not a fan of the UFC, I'm telling you, that's got loads of title matches, great fighters, great fights. And not only that, it's going to take place on Fight Island. Fight Island is coming. They've got an island, and they're going to put an octagon ring in it, and then that's it. Fight Island is a thing and it's happening. So, yeah, July 12th. July 12th. Yes. 252. DC and Miocic. Chalmers, can't wait for that. They've got one victory each, haven't they? Oh, I am loving UFC so much. I think it's in such a good place right now. There's so many moving parts, you know. Hopefully John Jones doesn't leave. Hopefully Masvidal doesn't leave. Hopefully they can get fights for those guys because, I mean, you've got Khabib, I don't think McGregor's retired. I think if they give him enough money, he'll fight. So you got Khabib, you got Gaethje, you got Ferguson, you got Adesanya, you got Stipe, you got Cormier, you got Thug Rose, you got Amanda Nunes, Shevchenko. It's so good at the moment. So good at the moment. Ozzy, it's so good. It's so good. Days, I think The Fiend will keep on appearing on the ring apron the whole way through the match. And The Fiend will end up distracting Braun. And Miz will roll up Braun and Miz and Morrison will win. Wow, that would be awful. I mean, your idea's fine, but I just don't want Miz and Morrison as, co-Universal Champions? Or, no, I don't want either of them to be a Universal Champion. Like, Miz, you could argue, maybe deserves another run with the top title. You know, he's hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. He was really, really good around the Talking Smack time. You know, when it was him and Daniel and they were, like, talking trash to each other. That was really good. And kind of felt like they could have given him a bit of a push towards a big title then and nothing came of it. And then he kind of went down to the mid-card scene and then he was doing tag titles with Shane and now he's back to doing tag team work with John Morrison. And he's just like this utility guy that they can use for whatever. You need someone to carry the IC belt? Well, The Miz can do that. You need someone quick to put in a tag team? Well, The Miz can do that. You need someone to just quickly put into a feud with someone? Well, Miz can do that. So I kind of feel like The Miz has very much earned another shot at the top title. But he would need some momentum. He would need some big wins. I just don't like the way they've built this. I mean, it's Miz and Morrison just coming out saying we want to challenge you for the belts. And Braun went, all right, okay then. I'll see you at Backlash. It's just like, come on, can we not do better than that? We can do better than that. We should be able to do better than that. So, I'm not sure. The Fiend is going to come out, and then Otis will cash in, and then Brock will challenge Otis. Yep, all of that's going to happen. Shout out to Tony WWE. What's up, Days? Are you excited for Backlash? Yes. And can I get a shout out? Raphael Coral? Raphael Coral? I've gone with that. Did you have the Otis figure? When yes, who did you get that? I don't have the Otis figure, no. Do you still do the giveaways? The Wheel of Fun had to stop, but I am starting to consider now doing a stream where, well, look, this is the problem, right? I can do a stream that I flag as being made for kids. Now, nothing will be different. Don't think that you're going to join and it's going to be me and the Fun Time Gang, right? I'm not going to have, like, loads of puppets and I'm not going to turn into, like, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Although, now I've said that, I might. But I could do a stream which I say to YouTube, this is made for kids. That will then pretty much allow me to do, you know, songs and giveaways and things like that. Things that I'm a little bit nervous of doing now. But the thing is, you won't know that stream is there because if you say, yes, this is made for kids, YouTube don't send out notifications. It doesn't appear in your home feed. There's all these things. I don't think you can comment. I mean, you'll be able to chat on the chat, but you won't be able to leave a comment. In fact, I don't even know what it does to the chat. This is what I'm saying. If you say that, yes, this live stream is made for kids, I've got no idea what actually happens. But I know a lot of bad things happen. So, I don't know. Maybe we just do one to try one. And then I could do Wheel of Fun's on that and whatever. But that's just something that I'm thinking about at this stage. A Wheel of Fun return tease. Well, look, I mean, like, it gets asked about all the time, and it was never a problem for me to do. I mean, I've just received another box of kids magazines. every month I get a box of 10 because we used to give away like so many. The kids magazine, WWE Kids magazine, are awesome. They're brilliant. They're really, really cool. They have kept sending me 10. So I have got boxes and boxes and boxes of WWE Kids magazines. I've got boxes of them now. So, and I've got another one. It's just over here. Another one. In fact, I've got one over here that's on top of a box that's on top of a box. Right now, sitting here, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes of kids magazines, and they've got 10 magazines in each. That means I can, without even moving, see 70 magazines. 70. So it's not as if I haven't got things to give away. It's just not a problem. But it's the whole YouTube thing. I can't say this isn't made for kids and then on the same stream give away kids magazines. See the dilemma? You see the problem? So, yeah, that's my drama. What was your favourite match at NXT? The women. I thought the women were the best match. Maybe Finn Balor and Damian Priest after, but I thought the women stole the show. That match was great. Really good. Do you think The Fiend is the hacker? No. Do you regret putting John Cena in the microwave? Yes and no. No now because it's done. We know the answer. In fact, he should still be around. Is he up here? I saved him. I never actually threw him away. I don't know where he is. Where is he? There we go. If you never actually saw the video, I never threw it away. That is just part of what came out of the microwave. What's amazing, right? You kind of have to see the video to see the full effect. But this black at the bottom, honestly, it was like a big mound of it like this, just black. It looked like coal. It was really awful. But that was not long in the microwave. 20 seconds did that. Like, that is a melted microwaved figure. And people ask me now, do you regret it? And my answer is, I don't regret it now because it's interesting to know. Now we know. Don't need to do it again. I now know what happens if you put a figure in a microwave. But at the time, I absolutely regretted it because that smoke was toxic. That was actually toxic smoke. I was choking. I was legit choking in that video. There's parts of that video which you never see because I had to stop recording. I was choking. Like most of that time, my head's out the window and I'm just trying to get air. It went. I can't stress this enough. It went really, really badly wrong. Jody says, my red Fiend-inspired hair is back. Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the Insiders podcast earlier. Shout out to you, Jody. Hope you are well. You and your red Fiend-inspired hair. I think I did see a picture of it earlier, actually. So, yeah, very, very cool. DJB Tazzy. Had a great chat with DJB Tazzy yesterday. You might remember that on the Coastamaniacs channel, we've got such a great little community here, but on the Coastamaniacs channel, he gave an opportunity away for someone to sit down over Zoom and have a chat with him and me. So the competition winner, or one of them, yesterday had that opportunity. And whilst we were there, DJ B Tazzy just happened to
DJ
pop along.
Tazzy is a legend. They donated $20 via a super chat.
Talk quite a bit over Zoom anyway.
How are you?
And so I ended
Hello,
up just
everyone.
talking to DJ B
Shout
Tazzy
out
as
to the
well.
insiders on their next chapter. They're going
Honestly,
to live.
Just really
love all their
it.
content.
Really
Kept IT going,
chilled,
guys.
Talking about wrestling, talking about shows that we'd been to. It was really, really cool. So, and I also watched DJ B Taz's cooking thing whilst I was setting up the stream. So DJ B Tazzy, shout out to you. Says, Days, how are you? Hello, everyone. Shout out to the insiders on their next chapter. They're going live, baby.
Anonymous is a legend.
Oh, hello.
They donated $20 via a super chat. Days I want to see Miz/Morrison win. Then we move forward with Braun versus The Fiend. We'll eventually get a heel turn from Miz or Morrison and get that feud. Also, you always have...
I always have what? Oh, you always have what? Bad breath? Oh. Right, let's read DJB Tazzy, and then we'll come back to Anonymous is a legend. We've got love all their content. Keep it going, guys. First time I'm watching AEW and NXT at the same time tonight. Help me. Yeah, it's a bit hit and miss, dude. It's a little bit hit and miss. It's I don't know. You'll have to see how you get on with it. It's not the easiest. You do tend to miss I miss the odd little thing. Certainly with commentary turned down as well. So I wish you the best of luck, my friends. So let me put a thank you at the top to DJB Tazzy. Oh, hello. Why isn't it letting me do this? Oh, have I locked the text or something? Okay, hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me figure out what's going on. Why is that not letting me change the text at the top? There. Done. Boom. Right. Thank you, DJB Tazzy. And I do think that DJB Tazzy and Coastamaniacs have got a live stream coming up after this, I think. So, I mean, there's live streams everywhere. You've got insiders all the time that are, doing stuff. You've got Coastamaniacs that's doing stuff. DJB Tazzy is doing stuff. I think C Wrestling started to do live streams now. There's like loads of different things that's going on. So a very, very vibrant community. It wasn't Anonymous. It was Moda. I think it refuses to say the anus part of your name, which is why it always shows as Anonymous. It must be like a built-in filter or something. So no shade from me to Moda, but definitely there is shade from YouTube to Moda. But Moda says, Days, I want to see Miz and Morrison win. Then we can move forward with Braun versus The Fiend. We'll eventually get a heel turn from Miz or Morrison, and then we can get that feud. As you always have Otis lurking around with the briefcase as well. There we go. Shout out to Moda. Moda would like to see Miz and Morrison win it. We've got another. Wow, this is like super chat party. Moda, thank you at the top to you as well, buddy. Let's go back. Back streets back. All right. You owe me a comment at the top. I donated 20 and you didn't put it up. Oh, well, I'm happy to do that. Jody. Thank you, Jody. There we go. Justice has been served, Jody. Shout out to you. Right, let's get rid of some of that text. Boom. Right, we need to talk about AEW. We've been on WWE for a little while. AEW, Cody against Mark Quinn, I think should be a very, very good match. I am looking forward to that. I think that Mark Quinn is really one for the future, and this TNT Championship is seemingly like doing some really good stuff. I like the fact that he's defending it like on a regular basis. I wonder if the belt will be finished this week. It wasn't last week, but then it was pointed out in the chat that was a pre-recorded show. So I'm not sure about this week if it's pre-recorded or if it's live, but there might be a chance that we actually get a finished TNT title, which would be nice. FTR Revival against Butcher and the Blade. It was fascinating to hear them talk on the Cornette podcast. Even if you're not a fan of Jim Cornette, just try and find the videos where he's talking to them, because like there's not really anything that's going to offend you. It's just them talking about their experiences in WWE, and it's really insightful. It's really interesting. They talk about how they got heartbroken when they were at Raw 25 and all of DX did their finishing moves on them. And they said they couldn't believe that Triple H would treat them that way. They thought they were one of Triple H's boys, you know? And apparently Dawson, I think it was, after that was like punching the wall backstage in tears. I honestly don't know. If I will look into the lag thing. I will look into it. It's only just started recently, and I've got no idea why it's starting now. But I understand it's a little frustrating, but I can only think the internet just keeps dropping out and coming back in again or something, because I just cannot think what else it might be. Cannot think what else or why it's only just starting to happen now, you know? I don't know. What happens here happens there. James, I still don't understand it. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what it means. What do you mean? What happens here happens there. What do you mean? Is it because we're doing a watch along? So what happens there happens here? Is that what it means? Look, James, what does the slogan mean? Can you explain? Can you break it down? Can you walk us through it? What does it mean? What does it mean? This is harder to crack than anything that Liv Morgan or the Hacker has come out with. All right? What happens there happens here. I nearly said what happens here. I don't even know what it means. Shout out to you, dude. Thoughts on Takeover from this past week? I liked it. I really liked it. I thought Takeover was a very solid show. I think I gave it an 8.25. I think that the in-ring action was solid. I think the in-ring action probably deserved a 7.5, maybe 7.75. But I definitely pushed that score up, gave it a half a mark at least, just for the nostalgia that was in it. Why is that doing that? Hopefully that's back. I've got a green light at the bottom, but I don't know if it's actually coming through. Let me know if it's back. Let me know if everything's good. If it's back and it's all fine, back. Okay. Well, look. What I just learned is if I just stop the stream on OBS and then just start it again, which literally takes a second, it seems to just correct it. But this is the new laptop. We've not had problems on this scale before. This is the first. We've had it drop out a couple of times, like maybe 2-3 times a stream, something like that. But even that's only once in a while. Like, we have streamed every single day and we have not encountered this. So I will look into it. Obviously, I can't look into it right now because, hello, we're streaming. I mean, this is happening live. So as soon as we're done with tonight, I will try and look into it. I'll Google a few things and see what actually causes. It keeps coming up that OBS is disconnecting. So I don't even know if it's an internet problem or if it's something to do with OBS. And OBS keeps disconnecting. So I'm not too sure what it is. I will look into it, but I don't know. That just fixed it. So if it happens again, I'll just do that again. So we're not going anywhere. We're here to stay. Days, have you seen the petition to stop Charlotte from winning titles? That's stupid. Days, would you like to see Randy Orton going to NXT and putting over some young talent and helping ratings in the process? Yeah, that sounds cool. I think that sounds interesting. He would win a lot, though. I got to tell you, Randy Orton, an absolute legend, he ain't going to go down there and be putting people over. He's going to go down there. He's going to be beating people. They can have great-looking matches against him and try and elevate them that way. But Randy Orton is not jobbing to anyone. So he might put like someone over. He might have a great feud and they get the better of the feud kind of a thing at the end, you know, like one match each, and then there's a big third match. But no, don't expect him to go down and be jobbing to people. And in fairness, nor should he. You're talking about one of the all-time greats. You're talking about a multiple-time world champion. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't go down, and sometimes it doesn't make the other people look good. It makes them look bad, you know? So, no, I don't think he should go down and job, but he could definitely go down and help. Thunderstorms keep messing up with my signal. I don't think I don't think there's any thunderstorms. Look, we'll just see. If it happens whilst we're streaming, the thing is, every time it actually goes, I can hear it. There is a little alert that tells me that it's disconnected. So we're not going to be streaming, and I won't know. If ever it happens, I hear the alert, so I'm fully aware. But yeah, I will try and get it sorted. It's let's put it this way: it's the top of my priority list. When are the Backlash predictions? Well, I was actually waiting because there was rumours there was going to be a few final matches added. So I was waiting for those final matches, and I heard they were going to be today. There was rumours that some more matches for Backlash were going to be announced on Wednesday, which is today. Now, I haven't seen anything, so I think you'll get it tomorrow. And also tomorrow, in case you haven't heard, we are doing another watch-along. That watch-along is WrestleMania 25. We're doing a full WrestleMania 25 watch-along. We're going to watch it on the WWE Network. It's just under 4 hours. I will have a little clock on screen, so even if you jump in after it started, you'll be able to join us. You know, if we're half an hour in, just fire up your network, go to WrestleMania 25, go to whatever the time is on screen, and you'll still be able to join us. So it's obviously got some of the great matches on there, or some of the greatest matches, in particular, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, what I still regard as the best match ever. I've seen the Flair Steamboat stuff. I've seen Okada and Omega. I've seen like the high-profile Japanese matches from the 90s. You know, I've seen some of those key matches from Starrcade and whatever. I honestly think that Undertaker Shawn did it for me. And I think, I've got to be honest, I do think a large part of it is because you are talking about two of my all-time favourite wrestlers. You know, Shawn Michaels, who I think is the best in-ring worker we've ever seen. Undertaker, the best character I think we've ever seen. Two people that I've watched my whole life going at it with the streak on the line at the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. You kind of looked at it and thought, if anyone can beat this, it is Shawn Michaels. If anyone can end the streak at that stage, it was Shawn. And wow, what a match. What a match. And I can't wait to watch it again. Just for that one match alone, I'm so excited. So, yeah, we've got WrestleMania 25 tomorrow. So, I think we will do Backlash predictions tomorrow. And then after, we'll do WrestleMania 25. Friday, we got SmackDown. Saturday, we got UFC. Sunday, we got Backlash. Monday, we got Raw. Like, we just keep going. What do you mean by the petition is stupid? Oh, the petition is stupid because signing a petition isn't going to change WWE creative. Like, if they want to put another title on Charlotte, or if a story makes sense that Charlotte has another title, then they're going to tell that story. You know, they're sitting there and they're planning stuff in advance. And if it makes sense that that's the way to go, then that's the way to go. I know there's a lot of people that aren't fans of Charlotte, but I disagree. I think that she is one of the best in-ring performers. I think she's had great matches. I think that, I mean, look at how hard she's been working. Should she have had as many title reigns? No, absolutely not. But that's the problem with WWE having small women's rosters and 2 world titles. If you have the Raw Women's Championship, they call it a world title. If you have the SmackDown Women's Championship, they call it a world title. Realistically, how many people are competing for both of those titles? 6? 6 on each brand. And Charlotte is always going to be amongst the top or near the top of that pack. So I don't know that it's Charlotte's fault or if it's WWE's fault for having 2 world titles. So why not start a petition that changes that rather than Charlotte getting another world title? Because I think Charlotte works hard. I think she's a good wrestler. And she's going to get more because it's the system that's broken. It's the system that's broken. Yeah. And you know, I don't deny that she's benefited from having the Flair name because, you know, Ric Flair is the greatest professional wrestler of all time. There is natural interest in what's his daughter going to be like, you know? The casual fans are going to naturally be interested in Charlotte. So I totally think that what they should do is just have one world championship, and then it would be harder for Charlotte to get more title reigns. But starting a petition so that a wrestler can't have any more championship reigns is fruitless. Let's put it that way. So I don't know where it started from. I don't think I've seen it, so I don't even know if it's that big of a deal. But yeah, just it strikes me as a little silly. I'm honestly interested in only AEW at the moment, says Chiefs fan. Yeah, that's fine. They got some interesting stuff going on. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with the Mike Tyson thing. Obviously, Revival. That I said it. We was talking earlier. Revival on Cornette was so interesting because their passion for real wrestling is incredible. It's refreshing. You know, they talk about all the great tag teams. They talk about, you know, caring about wrestling and wanting wrestling to be viewed a certain way. And, you know, they totally go against, like, what we've seen from Matt Hardy. And they totally go against, like, a fair bit of what AEW has been doing, actually. So it's going to be very interesting seeing their journey in AEW. I really hope that it's done well. I really hope that it's done well because AEW surely know they have got something very, very special with the Revival. If you book the Revival correctly, then you potentially have got a main event tag team, a tag team that could actually main event shows. And I've got to tell you, there's not many of those around. There's not many of those around that have tag teams that could actually legitimately main event a show. Young Bucks versus Revival main events any show. I mean, that's a huge, huge match. That's a huge match. And you could say Lucha Bros against Revival is a pretty big deal as well. I don't know that it's quite as big, but still up there, you know? Kenny Omega and Hangman Page against the Revival, main events any show as well. This is what I'm saying. It's a big addition. This is main event talent. Don't just look at this as, oh, they've gone and got a tag team. That's what the Revival are trying to change. They're trying to change the perception that tag team wrestling is just, you know, it's just tag team wrestling. Like, they're trying to change the perception and make tag team wrestling main event worthy again. And I think that's admirable. I really do. I think that's great. Right, let's go down. Absolutely, they are the best tag team in my opinion. They got screwed so much in WWE. They buried them alongside the Hardy Boys. Yeah, Hardy Boys just didn't really do much with them, did they? Joshua or Fury? I think it's tough, to be honest. I think that Joshua, we know, can get rocked. I mean, we saw against Andy Ruiz Jr. that he can be rocked. He can be put down. He's got heart, but only carries you so far. And you'd have to say that Fury has probably shown even more heart. So I think it's really tough. I think Joshua's the better boxer, but I don't think Fury's too far behind. I think Fury and Joshua power-wise are probably around about the same. I would have said Joshua. I might be leaning to Fury. I thought Fury's fight against Deontay, the second one in particular, was a masterclass. And I think that Joshua's going to have to be on his very best to get past Tyson Fury. So I just hope we get the fight, to be honest. I just hope we get the fight. Jody, missed Super Chats, have I? I have. Shout out to you, Jody. Shout out to Vape Ross Vape, who says Shah is one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Yeah, and just going back to that, it's fine if you don't agree. There's many, many people that do not agree. Many people that do not agree. There's many people that are convinced that she's only where she is because of that Flair name. Triple H says that's rubbish. Of course, he would. But I have to judge her on her matches. My favourite match at WrestleMania was Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. And I didn't rate Rhea Ripley. I thought Rhea Ripley had a good look. And I thought that she was capable of a good match, but in no way would I have said Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley would have been my favourite WrestleMania match, but it was. And it had universal praise across the board. Everyone, even if they didn't say it was the best, they at least rated it. But then, Charlotte against Bayley on SmackDown was great. Charlotte against Asuka on Raw was a really good match. It was just a bit of a weird show, Raw this week, so... agree, disagree. You can, I don't think that the criticism against Charlotte is fair, if I'm being honest. John Cena should not have been a 16-time world champion. At least when Flair got to 16, it took quite a while. Yeah, again, though, I mean, if you think about how many people, this is the difference, isn't it? Flair, it's not comparable. It's not comparable. Like, even if Charlotte becomes a 30-time women's champion, world champion, it's not comparable to what Ric Flair achieved. If you think about Ric Flair and being the NWA champion, right? You're not talking about him competing against a group of 6 people, 10 people, yeah? It's hundreds of people. Like, the territories, if you were the NWA champion, you was the top wrestler out of like all of these multiple different companies. Like, you was the very, very top. You would go to different territories being the world champion. Like, back in the day, world actually really meant something because Flair was defending it all over the world, but obviously mostly in North America. But for him to be a 16-time champion means that he was the best out of everyone, out of like all of the different promotions. Now, for Charlotte to be a world champion, she has got to be the best out of how many women on Raw? How many women on SmackDown? It's just, and that's the same with John Cena as well. John Cena, if he was WWE champ, he had to be the best out of how many people? It's just not comparable to what the NWA champion was doing back in the day. So I just don't think that you can compare, to be honest. I really don't think I don't know that it should be a thing. I don't know that Ric Flair's record should even be spoken about in WWE. It should be like John Cena is a 16-time WWE world champion. Charlotte is a 16-time WWE women's world champion. Whereas Ric Flair is a 16-time world champion. It's different. It's different. Friday, before the SmackDown stream, we have a live Backlash predictions on the Insiders. Lots of stuff happening in the community at the moment, which is so great to see. So great to see. You missed mine too before that, dude. Am I invisible? You're far from invisible tonight, Jody. You're all over the stream. Far from invisible, my friend. No, it's just where if I'm talking, I don't have it appear on the. You can see yourself. There's no little box anymore on the screen. It used to be a lot easier to see super chats on the screen, whereas now they just kind of get mixed in. Even the subs aren't, the mods aren't the easiest to spot anymore. The name's not in blue anymore. It's just that little spanner thing next to it. But the super chats are impossible. Super chats are impossible. Days, random question. Who do you think is the best in-ring wrestler in the world right now. Well, I mean, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Asuka, but my knowledge of Stardom isn't where it should be. So, my knowledge of Stardom...
Coaster Maniacs is a legend. They donated $50 via super chat. The doors to the After Hours Club opens tomorrow at midnight for a half hour. Bring the sass, don't miss it. How's everyone doing? Much love. Can't wait for the show's end to be on after with DJ.
Oh, I don't know why that cuts off. I made that longer as well, so it wouldn't cut off, which is why it's still on screen. Look, it's still on screen, but it's not reading. It seems like it'll only read for so long, and I don't know if I can change that. Coaster Maniacs says, the doors to the After Hours... we've got 6 minutes. That's amazing. The doors to the After Hours Club opens tomorrow at midnight for half an hour. Bring the sass. Don't miss it. How's everyone doing? Much love. Can't wait for the show. I got to say, I've been really enjoying Coaster Maniacs streams. Where I can... like, there's so many people that are streaming right now. Insiders, DJ B Tazzy, Coaster Maniacs, C Wrestling. It's hard to keep up with everyone and what everyone's doing, right? So what I try and do is just whenever I'm free now, if ever I'm like editing a video or if I'm setting up a stream, then I can go onto YouTube. I'm subscribed to everyone's channels. I can go into my subscription feed and I can just see who's live. And if there's anyone live, then I'll just click on it. And then I tend to just listen along. I don't get a chance so much to sit there typing because I'm not like free to do that. I'm always doing other stuff. But I got to tell you, it's so enjoyable to just sit there and just listen. I mean, this is, I think, something that's really, really great with our community. Is that there's so many of you that are doing these live streams now that are getting your own opinions across, your own thoughts across, and the community is like, just bouncing around and going to different places, and it's really, really good. Coaster's doing a really interesting thing at the moment, which I really like. He's going live at midnight Eastern, which is late, but I don't know about you, but after like the carnage of a day, sometimes you just want to, like, do you know what I mean? You want to just grab a beer or just grab a drink or whatever. And maybe you're even going to bed at that time. I mean, look, if you're going to go to bed, who better to watch than Coaster Maniacs? So yeah, if you're in bed and you're a little bit lost or you just want to fancy unwinding with something, I really like this After Hours Club. It's got a good vibe. So yeah, Coaster Maniacs doing something really different, really interesting. I actually I don't know what the conversation's going to be, but I know that he was saying to me on Twitter that this is uncensored, unchained, uncut. Whatever happens. If there's drama, there's drama. And it's just anything goes in the After Hours Club. So I'm kind of in. He's got my interest. Let's put it that way. He's got my interest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got planned. So yeah, we got insiders that are doing stuff. Obviously, Jody with Abby's Window, DJ B Tazzy doing things, Coaster as well. Coaster Maniacs. He's a maniac. There we go. Right, Days. So you're suggesting to be more of what Charlotte is doing right now with your world champion, aren't you bored of Charlotte? Aren't I bored? No, I'm not saying do more of what they're doing with Charlotte. In regards to Charlotte, I actually think she did great with the NXT title, and I think that if you are a champion, then you should have a degree of freedom. So her appearing on different shows, I was on board with. The problem was, I didn't necessarily want to be seeing it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every single week. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't need to see her on every show all the time, but I kind of liked the fact that she had the freedom to do that, and also it did give us champion versus champion matches, which normally you would get at like Survivor Series, and we were getting them. we were getting Charlotte against Bayley, Charlotte against Asuka. Really, interesting stuff. Seeing the NXT champion taking on the Raw champ, and I kind of liked that. And they were good matches as well. They were good matches. So, am I bored of Charlotte? I don't know that I'm bored of Charlotte. Because I know that she's always going to give me a good match. She's never going to phone it in. And I really appreciate that. Because I think for me, what I enjoy about wrestling is in-ring action. I love the characters. I love the stories. I'm totally on board with all of that. But I want to see a good match. I want to see a good match. This is where my problem with Drew was. I wasn't getting that from Drew. Now, granted, I've had a couple since he became champion, and I've said that on the streams. But that was my issue with Drew. But I do get good matches from Charlotte, so I wouldn't say I'm bored with Charlotte, but we didn't need to see her on all of the shows. But I think that there needs to be a change with what makes a world champion. You can't be a world champion if you're the SmackDown Women's Champion, right? You can't be. Fine if you want to have one World Women's Championship, but then get rid of the other belts. Have one World Women's Champion that goes to all the brands, not every brand each week. 1 week on Raw, 1 week NXT, 1 week SmackDown, then back to Raw, then SmackDown. Do you know what I mean? Maybe do something like that. So, right, I haven't even got AEW set up. How bad is that? I'm just jibber-jabbering away. Jibber-jabber. I can see that NXT is starting. We're not going to be missing anything on either show right now because they're only just beginning. If you are just joining us. All right, let's jump in to AEW. AEW. Fight TV. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Right, they're just showing us a replay of Revival and Butcher and Blade. Jericho calling out the baddest man on the planet. Io Shirai winning the title. So NXT are just showing us what happened at In Your House. And AEW are just showing us what happened last week on their show. Wanted to know, this is the same account as Dr. Phil. I had to change my name to be able to start uploading on YouTube. Shout out to you, dude. We're starting with the Genius of... No. I thought it was the Genius of the Sky, but it's actually the Undisputed Era making their way out. Adam Cole, Bay. So are we going to start with Adam Cole, Dexter Lumis? I'm guessing that we are. Adam Cole is coming down. Fireworks going off for AEW. I'm guessing it's that match for NXT, which is a great start. That's a great start. Days, why don't you host WWE Superstars in the future as a weekly, monthly show on your channel? It would be a great idea and it would help you gain more subs. What do you mean by that, my friend? WWE Superstars. What do you mean by that? Days, may I have a shout out? J14, shout out to you. Brad Oxley, shout out to you as well. I think that characters and story development matter more than in-ring wrestling, says Sports. World. Yes. I don't disagree that that's very important. Very, very important. But, I mean, ideally, I would want it all. But I do watch so much wrestling that I just... Most of the time you're watching matches. And I see a lot of bad matches. A lot of bad matches. Which is why when you actually get something that's semi-decent, it's very refreshing. And if it happens on Raw or SmackDown, it's a minor miracle. Right, we've got Adam Cole talking. Adam Cole, baby. Let me turn up the telly. Right, here he is, Adam Cole. Let's see what Adam Cole is saying. So, Velveteen Dream can't challenge Adam Cole now. That begs the question. What's next for Adam Cole? The answer is it doesn't freaking matter. He has absolutely dominated the brand. Jericho walking out on AEW. He's going to be doing commentary, I think, tonight. He's coming out with a baseball bat. Le Champion. I wonder if we are moving to Dexter Lumis already having a shot at this. Here we go. So he's talking about Dexter Lumis. Roderick Strong a little bit concerned just at the mention of the name because, of course, he was put in the trunk of Dexter Lumis's car. What he did was despicable. I think Bobby Fish was trying to talk on an upside-down microphone for a second. Charlotte is wrestling random matches with no story to them. If there was no story to a match, it makes it far less entertaining. Well, you say that, but it is champion versus champion. So there is a natural built story there on those examples that I gave. So her against Bayley, her against Asuka have got stories. I'm trying to think who else that she's faced who... they gave a story to her against Mia Yim as well. The backstory being that Mia Yim supported Charlotte when she first started. So they gave a backstory to that. The feud with Rhea Ripley, there was a backstory to that. Io won the ladder match, which is how she got into that match. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe there's some matches I'm forgetting that didn't have a backstory, but I think the champion versus champion, you don't necessarily need one for that. That is the story. I mean, that is what Survivor Series is built on these days, is just champion versus champion. A and B Convo says, can you offer some advice about how wrestling fans to check out our how to get wrestling fans to check out our wrestling review channel? Well, the best advice I can give and how I started with YouTube is I actually started by building up my Twitter account. So I was still uploading videos, but I was probably paying more attention to Twitter at the time. And just like having conversations with people, not even mentioning that I had a YouTube channel or anything, but just naturally talking to people. And then, like, you drop them a follow, they'll follow you back. And then, of course, you share your video onto the Twitter thing, and those people will eventually see your videos. And just out of intrigue, they'll naturally start to check them out. And it's a long process. I'm not going to lie. It's a long process. I mean, it took me 6 months to get to 1,000 subs. And that was daily work, daily uploads. So daily uploads, constantly on Twitter, constantly having conversations with people. And just getting that kind of sense of community, and just kind of growing a community in a way, but doing it from a good, honest place. There's so many people that are like going onto Twitter going, just check out my video, but who are they saying it to? I don't know who they're talking to, so I don't know. So yeah, I would really recommend that you go that way. Just, put 6 months aside, just give it a real good shot on Twitter, just have some good conversations and take it from there. And I wish you all the best. And of course, anyone watching can click on that and drop a subscribe or check out that channel. We are done with the Adam Cole promo, so it doesn't look like we're getting him against Dexter Lumis yet. We are now underway with FTR. FTR against Butcher and The Blade. This is a great way to start this show. What I would say is that we're only 10 minutes in. So far, AEW have had Pyro. They've brought Jericho out to sit on commentary. Now they've brought out the Revival, right? Or FTR. Compare that to what NXT have done. NXT have brought out the Undisputed Era and they've done a promo. So far, it's not enough from NXT, if I'm being honest, to compare with what you're getting from AEW. AEW giving you a lot already, you know, and it's outside. It's already got a bigger feel. There's natural daylight that's coming in. You know, that feels a little bit small. There's not really much of an atmosphere. It's a bit dark and damp, and it hasn't really got much of a vibe apart from gloom. But here, like, there's natural light coming in. You can see a little bit of a crowd. It's got some nice staging. I do think part of this is the problem. I do actually think NXT is behind AEW in presentation, and that's very, very unusual to say. So, good tag work here by Revival. No surprise there. Working on the arm of the Blade, the Butcher on the outside. FTR's Chevy truck is sick. Jericho on commentary is great. He is great. He is great. Hello, C Wrestling. Shout out to you. Was Adam Cole wearing the new NXT belt? Oh, what? The slightly larger one? I didn't notice a difference. But apparently there is a new NXT title on the way that's going to be the same, but just a touch bigger. Really pulling back on the arm now, Dawson. Backed into the corner. In comes the Butcher. So Butcher and the Blade going over to Revival. Referee trying to get some order back in this match. We are at commercial break for NXT, so you're not missing anything over there. It's good, good chants coming from the AEW crowd. We're backstage here. Keith Lee, Mia Yim. Keith Lee says, I've got an idea. Adam Cole says, in your dreams. So Keith Lee making a play for that NXT championship. Could be Keith 2 belts. Keith 2 belts. Well, we've got Keith Lee on his way out. Not sure who he's going to be taking on, but bask in his glory. Nice little roll-up by Cash Wheeler. Ooh, crossbody by the Butcher. I really like the look of the Butcher. I like the Butcher. Big chop by the Butcher. Wheeler is being choked by the Butcher. Mia Yim coming out as well. So, mixed tag match, or are they going to cut a promo as well? This is a really... Jericho says that we need more of this type of matchup in AEW, this smash mouth kind of brawl, which I agree with. I agree. Oh, are we seeing the Garganos coming out? Candice entrance music's hit. Double headbutts by Butcher and the Blade. Yeah, Johnny and Candice on their way. Back elbow by Cash. I'm definitely getting the vibe here that this match is going to go for a little while. I'm definitely getting the vibe that this match has still got another 15 minutes or so in it. Days, how's it going, bud? Shout out to Donald Jackson. Elder Sour saying FTR. FTR. It's really good. It's really good to see them competing, and this being such a back and forth competitive match as well. No messing around, no squash match. They're both just really competing hard here. Keith Lee and Mia Yim versus Gargano and Lerae. AEW feels closer to what wrestling was like before. A loud arena, pyro, and that big show feel. I agree. I think they've definitely done better during this lockdown. If you think they were the first to change the camera angle, they were the first to get a crowd in. Yeah, Dragon Screw, takedowns, and... Oh! Was that a brain buster? I thought brain busters were like an illegal move. I mean, not officially an illegal move, kind of like an unwritten illegal move, you know? But Dax hitting a brain buster there. This is great. Working together on the Butcher. Oh! Double draping DDT, and the Butcher goes down. Blade kicking out now. He's sat up top. Shout out to OG Light Kills. Lil Kills. Rude Boy. Shout out to you. 1, 2. Shoulder up by the Blade. Shoulder up by the Blade. I gotta tell you, I'm just looking right now on the Fight TV app, and there's people putting in Z's saying that they're asleep. There's people saying this is a boring match. I disagree. I think this is a good match. It was a lovely superplex and a splash. Oh, knee strike by the Blade. This has got a nice pace to it now, this match. The FTR match has definitely got my attention a little more than Mia Yim. Although Mia Yim did just jump through the ropes and Keith Lee managed to catch her. Shoulder up by Dax. Jericho again saying that he's enjoying this smash mouth style. Blade picking up Dax. Cash catching him. Shatter Machine. Good Night Express. The Good Night Express. Good Night Express. Here we go, up top. Nice tag team work. Oof. 1, 2, and they get the win. The pace of that really ramped up. It had quite a slow pace for the majority of the match, but say last 5 minutes in particular, it really started to get going there. I thought that was good. For a little opening TV match, I thought that was good. I think that's a real sign of what you can expect. Little bit botchy there with the... Not their fault. It's just the way that it got taken. But the Goodnight Express was just a little off. Tony is in the... We are at commercial break for NXT, by the way. Tony is in the ring. Big win. Big debut. Big cheers. This is the pinnacle of professional wrestling. Here's the Bucks. The Bucks are coming out. Oh, what are they going to say? We don't want to be rude. We wanted to come out and congratulate you. This is a big match. This could headline any of their pay-per-views. We wanted to come out and say thanks. Young Buck says, you sort of failed to probably, can't even say the word. Properly introduce yourself. My name's Matt. And Matt's got some sick Air Jordans on. Hi, my name's Matt, and I've got some sick Air Jordans. We're the best tag team. We're the Young Bucks. This is the moment they've been waiting for. This is the moment a lot of us have been waiting for. These two in a ring at the same time arguing over who is the best. Ah, stupid Butcher. With a stupid clothesline from the back that looked quite weak. What is going on? It's just like Jimmy Havoc in there. There's like Kenny's come running out. Hangman's come walking out. Hangman with a drink in his hand. It's a lovely shirt. Look at that. That is full-on cowboy. Full-on cowboy. So, you've got the Elite in the ring right now with the Revival. Dax is having some words with Hangman. Yeah, Jericho saying, are these guys on the same page? What's happening here? I think there's a respect. I don't think anyone's going to be attacking anyone. I don't think, anyway. The screen fades to black. I've got to be honest, I would have liked to have seen what would have happened there. Because Dash just turned his back. Or Cash just turned his back. And then the screen went to black, but they hadn't got out the ring. So I was still intrigued as to, is someone going to nail them from behind or what was going to happen? So, I don't know. Interesting. Very, definitely the first 20 minutes for me, all about AEW. So much interest in the Revival and what they're doing at the moment and a lot of moving parts there. But they've gone to commercial break. We're still underway with Mia Yim and Keith Lee against the Garganos. Johnny Gargano and Candice Lerae. We got Mia Yim and Candice in the ring right now. Imagine James Storm versus Hangman Page. We see the assisted pile driver in AEW a little too much. Michael asks, what's your favourite WWE figure? I always say the Finn Balor Ultimate Edition. I think that's stunning. The face on it is incredible. Big slap by Keith to Johnny. Johnny staggers to the other side of the ring. Keith's got a mark on the side of his face that's had to be covered. I don't know if he's had to have stitches or if it's just some sort of a plaster or what it is. He's had a boo-boo. He's definitely had a boo-boo. Here we go. Look, Johnny trying to make that tag to Candice. Just showing the height that Johnny reached there as he got thrown across the ring. Mia Yim. I don't know where Mia Yim is. I'm guessing, is she down on the outside of the ring? Oh, no way. Keith has got Candice this side. Johnny this side. Candice is trying to rake the eyes of Keith. Here we go. And I thought she had a guillotine on, but I thought Candice had a guillotine on Keith, but she doesn't. Insecurity. He does go down, and Candice does DDT Keith. Candice like, no way, did I do that? Did I do? Yeah! Mia Yim's in, though. Drop kick. Clothesline. Big boots. Mia Yim unloading here on Candice. I love that little moment there by Candice. Did I just do that? Was that me? It sort of was, yes. It sort of was. Shout out to you, William Hensey. Shout out to Wrestling Days fan. Nice little bridge there by Mia Yim trying to get the pin, but couldn't get the job done. Good night, Miss Clown One. Brent Lannin, shout out to you, my friend. Hope you are well. Great start by AEW. And we are going back to AEW. Candice trying to pick up Johnny there. Got all sorts of combinations going on. Kick to the face of Johnny by Mia Yim. We're backstage with the Nightmare Collective. Now, has Ali left Butcher and the Blade? Is there no more Bunny now? Is the Bunny done? Because she's starting to hang around now with... with the Nightmare Collective. Not Nightmare Collective. With QT Marshall. So, Dustin Rhodes is saying to QT Marshall, I need you in the game. We've got a big match next week against Hangman and against Kenny Omega. Dustin says this right here, get it out of your system. That's rude. So, I'm guessing she's back to being Ali now. Did I miss that story? Yeah, they're calling it Ali again. What happened to the bunny? Did the bunny get boiled? What happened? What happened? What happened to the bunny? How does Tony not know who Ali is? The bunny sure gets around. Wow, not anymore. I think she's gone. I think the bunny's done. Next week, Tag Team Championship match. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page against the Natural Nightmares. Fyter Fest. AEW World Championship match is going to see Jon Moxley against Brian Cage. Of course, Brian Cage winning that casino ladder match. Penelope Ford on the way out now. Right, Penelope Ford making her way down. We're still underway with this match. Johnny rolls up Keith and steals the win. I don't know if Candice was pretending to be injured, but I know that Keith was tending to her, and Johnny managed to sneak a victory. I do think Candice is actually down here. I think Johnny's trying to explain that they won, but she's not responding. She's not responsive. So Keith has got Candice in his arms. Johnny from behind rolls up Keith, gets the win. Candice just rolls out the ring. She's down on the outside. She's out of Johnny's holding her arm up. Wow, they look like victors. This is like Weekend at Bernie's. That's what this is. NXT has turned into a Weekend at Bernie's. That's pretty funny. I like that. So I think it's Penelope Ford against Nyla Rose on AEW. What's happened on NXT? As we just said, the Garganos win. It's funny that she's dating Cutie when she's married to the Blade. I never knew that. I didn't know she was married to the Blade. Is she really married to the Blade? Wow. Did not know. Oh, hello. What's happening here? Chris Statler. Oh, I do know what this match is. This match is like a multi-woman tag match, isn't it? Silly me. Penelope Ford and Nyla Rose versus Statlander and Shida. There we go. There we go. Pineapple Pete in the crowd. Pineapple Pete, super popular. Backstage with... what are you, Cameron Grimes? What are you about? Here we go. Cameron Grimes. Shida making her way down on AEW. Cameron Confident Grimes. Cameron says, I don't know why Regal has booked this match. There's not much I can get out of it. There's one thing you don't see in these eyes, and that's fear. Damian Priest arrives. Feels like so much women's tag matches on AEW lately. Days I hate NXT. I only watch Raw and SmackDown. Grimes time. Yeah. Days you missed a Damian Priest interview. Well, I just seen him rock up here and punch Cameron Grimes in the face. I'm glad someone did, because I was finding him super annoying. Io Shirai. It's going to be coming up next. Going to be very interesting to find out what's the next challenge for Io. Has Charlotte gone? Is Charlotte going to be making an appearance? Is Rhea Ripley making her presence felt? I would imagine Rhea Ripley will. Days the Bunny is in the funhouse with Ramblin' Rabbit. Aww. Priest versus Grimes. I think we're building to Priest being Finn's bodyguard. That's interesting. J14 says, I don't really like Grimes. I liked her first album. I watch UFC and SmackDown a little. Days, what are the 3 matches that are announced? There's no... for what show? On NXT, Finn Balor, Cameron Grimes, Adam Cole versus Dexter Lumis. Over on AEW, we've still got Cody versus Mark Quinn, Colt Cabana versus Sammy Guevara, and Jake Hager and Santana and Ortiz taking on Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. So that's what we've still got to come. We've already had a great start with the FTR match. And then out came Young Bucks, which was very interesting. Days, have you got your Fiend figure pre-ordered? No, I haven't. No. I said before, you absolutely should. If you want it, then that's how you get it. I am going to see if I can do a toy hunt on it. Because I know that's what people would like. People love and enjoy the toy hunts. And it would be a bit moody for me to just pre-order it. So I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna take a chance. I don't think I'll find it because everyone's after that figure. But we'll see. I'm not really into Grimes, says Monica King. Backlash days, says Jordan. Yep, not far away. AEW jumped to commercial so quick. Well, right now, NXT is at commercial. AEW is underway. We've got Penelope Ford in there against Chris Statlander. I gotta be honest, I'm not really into these tag matches. They don't really mean much. Just kind of a way of getting multiple women onto the show. Days Priest really should join Balor. That pairing just works. They mesh really well together. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Imperium versus Breezango tonight. Is that tonight? Is that tonight? They are number one contenders, but I haven't seen that on any previews that I looked at. So, amazing if so. I'm a big fan of Breezango. I don't think they're going to win the tag titles, but I do think they bring some much-needed humor, if you will. A little change of pace. I think Johnny does as well. Johnny's been doing some good stuff. Even just that little bit where, you know, Candice was out and he was, like, getting her to celebrate, even though she was unconscious. That was good. EO saying... we've just got a recap of what happened in your house. Still underway with this women's match. We've got Nyla Rose in there with Statlander. When is The Fiend released and can you pre-order it? You can pre-order it. I'm not sure when it's out in the UK. I don't think it's far off. I think in Smith's, you can click and collect at the moment and everything that's going on, so you should pre-order it. I think at the moment you can only click and collect. Oh, right. Well, I am going to try and do a toy hunt. That would be cool if he goes to Raw. Again, we're just watching this match from In Your House. I've got to say, right now, at this one moment, both shows are a bit dull. Both shows are a bit dull. It's just a recap. Although saying that, look, there you can see Mauro Ranallo actually calling the action from home. That was kind of cool. Lots of reactions on screen from different members of the NXT universe. A word from Shinsuke. A word from Asuka. That's great. That's really cool. This is now my division. Right. Oh, Indus Sher. That's what they're called. Indus Sher. Right. Here they are. I love these guys. I can't wait for Mattel figures of these guys. Mattel figures of these guys are going to look awesome. Indus Sher. Remember the name? Because I never, ever remembered that. I thought they were called Bivin Enterprises because that's his name, the manager. The manager's called Michael Bivin. Was it Malcolm Bivens? Indus Sher. Right. Got it. Now, they don't blow me away in the ring yet, right? They're still a little green on that front, but man, look at what a great look. Right now, for where they are, they've got everything they need. Great looking tag team. I could see, I wonder if Imperium dropped the titles to Breezango and then Breezango dropped them to Indus Sher. Indus Sher. Oh, Jobbers! Jobbers! Mikey Delbury, and I didn't even see the other one. God, they're blue. The Blues Brothers. Indus versus the Blues Brothers. Big boot straight out of the gate. Oh, my God. Right, Statlander going for a pin on Nyla Rose. 2. Shoulder up by Nyla Rose. So this match is going to continue. This Indus match, it's just to establish them as the threat. Oh, that was nasty. Oh, look at that collision in the corner. Charging. Oh! I love the fact that they're just screaming their heads off when they're... The noise. There's a lot of noise for these boys. Yes! 1, 2, 3. Serious stuff, man. That was hard hitting. Malcolm Bivens, you can see how proud he is to have discovered these guys. Shida going against the ropes. Knee strike to Nyla Rose, who goes out the ring. In comes Penelope Ford. Shida. Falcon Arrow. 1, 2. Oh, only gets a 2. You know Days is biased when he gives AEW a small versus and NXT a big versus. I've been rumbled. Penelope Ford. Lovely. 1, 2. Penelope Ford gets it. Penelope Ford gets the 3 on Shida. Not a bad match from what I saw, but just one that didn't really have much about it for me. Not like an essential match to watch. We're going to see and hear from Fantasma tonight. Both shows going to commercial break. I think NXT is about to. Definitely wild Samoan vibes with Indus. We're just seeing a little Darby Allin promo. He's doing something with his skateboard. I think he's at some kind of a skate park and he's getting on top of a ladder. So he's just practicing doing a few... Jumping off of a ladder with his skateboard. Oh, trying to skate off the ladder on his skateboard. That's kind of cool. That's kind of impressive that he can do that. Actually, like, skate down the ladder and then try to... That's cool. And he nails it. He is definitely one for the future. I think he's very relatable. He comes across as really cool. And he's doing something there with Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk, man, that's amazing. Tony Hawk's got a new game coming out. I think it's the first and the second Tony Hawk game that's been remastered. That's coming out quite soon, and I know there's a lot of excitement about that. Oh, isn't there a PlayStation 5 thing that's happening soon as well? Is that later today? PlayStation 5 launch. I don't know a great deal about games, but I do see like what gets trending, if you will, on Twitter. And I saw people talking about the Tony Hawk game about a few weeks ago. And I used to love that as a kid. The first Tony Hawk game is amazing. And the second one. But I think I played the first more. And PlayStation 5, I think, is going to get announced later. We're just seeing Dr. Britt Baker. Days, look at DMs. Jason, what is it, dude? Let me know. What is it? We're all friends here. We are at commercial break for NXT. If it's the Ronda on Raw thing, I don't believe it is, no. Okay, commercial break on both days. Grimes says he can't compete tonight. Oh, okay, thank you. Will you send... I didn't see what that say. Unfortunately, that's not something we can do at the moment, bud. On Smith's, the website says the Fiend figure will be available in early July. There we go. Make sure you get your pre-orders in. PlayStation launch is tomorrow at 9 p.m, says Rude Boy. There we go. Do not miss that. I think, is that 9 p.m. UK time? It might be earlier in the US, so very, very interesting. That's going to be fascinating to watch. Imagine what the botches are going to be like in WWE 2K on PS5. You thought the botches were good on PS4. Oh, PS5 is going to take them botches next level. Going to be Nia Jax-sized botches on PS5. So, yeah, we're getting all that info tomorrow. Both shows at commercial break right now. We're sneaking towards the halfway point. We are sneaking there. Here's Cameron Grimes. Cameron just said he's fine. Damian Priest didn't do anything. He's trying to flirt with some of these ladies. William Regal. William Regal. You didn't seem to have a broken jaw when you was talking to these nice ladies. This is a great way to present William Regal. They're trying to give Cameron Grimes something to get his teeth into at least. Do you know what? NXT are trying to bring humor in, and I applaud that. Okay, he's talking about Breezango. We are still at commercial break for AEW. Breezango. Love those boys. Hello. It's like, do you remember when we were fighter pilots? What about when we were construction workers? Do you remember when we were doctors? Just showing all the things they've dressed up as. The fans want to be entertained. Fashion Police was awesome. Yes. They didn't even mention Jericho. His first match was against 80,000 people at WrestleMania, and he won against Chris Jericho. Jushin Liger. I really like this. This is really good. Breezango saying that they love to entertain. But maybe they got a little bit too caught up in it. We need to leave the entertainment at the ropes. Yes, they do. I agree. They're really funny outside of the ring. But once the bell rings, they should get serious. We've changed the game plan. He says you've said it wrong. It's not Emporium. We will entertain the fans until the bell rings. But then you're looking at the new NXT Tag Champs. I love that. That's a really great promo. Next week, Breezango versus Emporium. Emporium. Yes. I love that. That was really good. Right. The show rumbles on 10 minutes away from the halfway point. And now we've got Hager, Santana, and Ortiz. Big versus. Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. There we go. Boom. Big versus. I wonder if Orange is going to come out. He is. He's in this match. Here is Orange. So already in a circle are controlling this matchup. We're just seeing Tommaso after his loss against Carrion. What next for Tommaso? No words from Tommaso here. He just jumps into his car. And Tommaso drives off. So no words from Tommaso following his loss to Karrion Kross. And we should be seeing Karrion Kross at some point. Balor versus Grimes is coming next. Orange Cassidy is down on the entrance stage. And it's next. You forgot the S in Friends. Oh, fine. Boom. Orange is down. We've got a fallen Orange. A fallen Orange. He is slowly making his way back. But Trent is in there against Santana at the moment. Orange is really selling an eye injury. He seems to be really struggling with it. AEW has had its highest rated quarter hour when Orange Cassidy had appeared for the past 4 weeks. He is a draw. Oh, definitely people like him. I think it's because you just don't know what to expect. He's unpredictable, you know? And there's intrigue there. He brings intrigue. We've never seen anyone like Orange Cassidy. And you just don't know what to expect. And for me, he doesn't get it right all of the time. There's things about Orange Cassidy where I think the silliness can just go on. Even when the match is happening, it can just go on just a touch. But I think his gimmick is amazing. I really do. I think it's such interesting way to approach wrestling, to have that can't be bothered kind of attitude. We got Ali and QT Marshall on the outside. Nice suicide dive by Trent into Jake Hager. Chucky over the other side, taking out Santana and Ortiz. And Orange still hasn't been able to kind of get up and onto the side of the ring apron yet. Days, have you seen there could be an Ultimate Edition Fiend? And do you think that Funhouse Bray Elite by the end of 2020? I think, yeah, they're definitely working on Funhouse Bray. Definitely. By the end of 2020, they would have to show it at San Diego Comic-Con. And I think there's a good chance you see it. San Diego Comic-Con is around July, so about a month away. I'm sure it's like the 17th of July. Now, we know that it's been cancelled, this show. It's not happening. But we know that all the companies have got tons of stuff to show. So this is actually going to be a real interesting San Diego Comic-Con that's been cancelled. What they'll do is they'll still make their announcements, but they'll do it through WWE and on social media rather than it being at the show. So yes, expect tons of new figure announcements in about a month's time. And I would expect a lot of Fiend, Funhouse. I'd expect puppets, maybe even a Funhouse set. I could see them doing a box that comes with Fiend, Funhouse Bray, the puppets, and then the box is the Funhouse. Easy. That's easy money. You're just easily printing money then. And they know it. Right, Rhea Ripley being spoken to right now says she left everything she had in the ring. Oh, Robert Stone's here. Robert Stone and Rhea Ripley don't fit. He is a mess. Robert Stone says, can you feel it? In 2020, you've been a huge loser. Rahul says, orange juice and vodka equals Orange Cassidy. Indeed. Is she really going to consider this? I cannot see Robert Stone and Rhea Ripley. No. Rhea says, the chances of me joining the Robert Stone brand, a 1 in a million. So there's a chance. There we go. I knew he was going to say that. Rhea says, come with me. Oh, no, she goes low and slams him into this bin, and it's a bit moody. I think, did he catch the edge of it? Oh, that seemed moody. And why is the top made of, like, polystyrene? Why was the top of the bin made of polystyrene? Many questions there. Many questions. Cameron Grimes making his way out. Oh, low blow. Felt that. Right, Cameron Grimes against Finn Balor. Another tag match here with Inner Circle, Best Friends, Orange Cassidy. This is the kind of match that I would put onto AEW Dark. Ortiz grabs grabs Orange Cassidy's glasses and throws them away. That poor guy. Not cool anymore. This is Rhea's brutality. Lots of comedy on NXT tonight. I was talking about, I can see Mark saying I hardly hear Days talking about AEW. I have to go with what grabs my interest more. The two matches on AEW have both been matches that I just don't care about. I just don't care about these tag matches. These 6-person tag matches just don't do it for me. Orange Cassidy getting tagged in, though, is interesting. Orange Cassidy stepping in there with Jake Hager. Little kick coming in by Cassidy. Goes to put his hands in his pockets, but Hager picks him up, throws him back into the corner. Balor making his way down on NXT. Hager goes running over and to the outside. Santana and Ortiz trying to double team on Orange Cassidy, who double head scissors to them both. Goes against the ropes. Suicide dive to Hager. Orange Cassidy now. This is where I want Orange to be serious. I want Orange, beautiful crossbody. Against the ropes goes Orange. Duck underneath. Up, round the houses. Tilt a whirl. Nice. Into a DDT. Good. Good from Orange. Comes in. The soft little kicks. Couldn't be bothered. But once he gets into it, no hands in the pockets or anything like that. Really starts to wrestle. And when he's wrestling, is very, very impressive. He got caught there, though, by Hager, who tries for the pin, and the best friends come in. That was good. Against the ropes. Gets caught. Hager planting best friends down. Clothesline by Hager. Very focused Balor on NXT. This match rumbling along. He's grabbed Orange again. Orange can really do it in the ring, says Monica King. Right, we've got Cameron Grimes against Finn Balor. Cameron Grimes backing away into the corner. He's in full retreat mode here against Balor. Balor again has got him backed into the corner. Orange Cassidy is up top. Orange working on the arm. Roll up. That's a lovely pin. That's a lovely pin by Orange Cassidy, who manages to get the 3. Jericho leaves commentary. He's running down with his baseball bat. In a circle of beating up on Best Friends and Orange Cassidy because they have just picked up the victory. That was a nice pin by Orange Cassidy. Here we go, Cameron Grimes. Oh, Jericho jabbing the baseball bat into the head of Orange Cassidy. Big boot by Finn. What happens here happens there. As soon as we get to the commercial break, I will get your thoughts. I think we could be going to commercial on AEW. In a circle, standing strong. They've gone under the ring, and he's grabbed a load of oranges. Jericho has grabbed a load of oranges. This is interesting. Now it's got my attention. They've got Orange Cassidy. What are they going to do? They've got a bag of oranges. Are they going to swing that bag of oranges into Orange Cassidy? Orange Cassidy getting beaten up. Wow, there's blood. There's blood coming down the head of Orange Cassidy. Tony says someone needs to stop this. Cassidy is bleeding. Oh, he gets walloped over the head. Walloped over the head by a big bag of oranges. Freshly squeezed. Freshly squeezed. I tell you what, that has done some damage because there's now blood over the other side of Orange Cassidy's head. It's kind of interesting. This beatdown's really good. This beatdown's very different. I don't know if I've seen a bag of oranges used as a weapon before. Right into the body. Yeah, it's a good point by JR. JR says they have definitely pre-planned this. You don't just have a bag of oranges under the ring. So they knew at some point they were going to be doing this attack. Ortiz shouting the best. Orange Cassidy just making sure that he knows. Jericho says, Orange Cassidy has just been juiced. And now he empties the oranges onto Orange Cassidy. Jericho's just eating an orange with the peel. There. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Right. I think we're going to go to commercial break there. We haven't gone to commercial break yet on NXT, but a big clothesline by Cameron Grimes and Finn Balor goes down. AEW is doing better than NXT. Well, let's do it. I don't know when both shows will go to commercial break, or even if they'll be at commercial break at the same time. So you might as well just get your thoughts in right now. What show for you is the better show? What are you, if you are just watching one show, then tell me, what do you score that show? AEW has gone to commercial break. Days, did you know that Robert Stone competed in the Titans games? I did not. AEW 8.5. NXT 7.5. I keep messing it up now. What happens there happens here. What happens here happens there. What happens here happens there. What happens there happens there. 725, 675, 6 out of 10, 8.5. Now both shows are at commercial break. Right, that was a really good beatdown. Really did like that from AEW. What I would say with AEW, I thought the Revival match was really good. I think all three matches have been decent that we've had so far. There hasn't been any disastrous matches. I didn't care about the last two. They didn't mean anything to me. They might be part of a story. It might be leading to something, but to be honest, it's just to fill time. And AEW are certainly not alone with doing that. You know, all wrestling shows do that, but NXT has had some interesting things, but again, nothing really essential. I would say that AEW was ahead tonight. I would say AEW was ahead. NXT 6, 2 points for Rhea putting Robert Stone in a trash bin, says Creed. AEW 7, NXT 7, 8 EW, says Esteban. 7.5 for both, says Chris. 7.5 for both. 7.5 for NXT, AEW 9. 7.5 for AEW. The FTR opening match is still the best thing. Yep, I agree with that, Super Speedway fan. AEW 8.5, NXT 6. San Diego Comic Con is happening online only on the 22nd to 26th of July. Online and free. Well, there we go. I've not heard that. I heard it had been cancelled. So they've moved it to online. I don't know how that's going to happen. I'm very interested in that. Online and free. Well, that sounds fascinating. It genuinely sounds fascinating. Because I'm very interested in quite a few different companies. I mean, Jazzwares could have some new AEW figures. Jazzwares should show off the UFC figures. Hasbro. Mattel are going to show off WWE figures. As well as that, it's always interesting to see what NECA come out with. So there's quite a few different companies that I've got an eye on. So, yeah, very interesting. People getting their scores in. Sean says both shows are awesome. We do have MJF. And we have got Billy Gunn. MJF says, when I walk around out back in my locker room, I just keep getting met with dirty looks. MJF says, in this company, eventually you hit a ceiling. Billy Gunn. MJF says, I'm amazed you're not trying to get another of your scumbag, talentless sons a job in this company. Wardlow stepping in. Bit of beef here between... are we going to get MJF and Wardlow against Billy Gunn and one of his talentless sons? Finn Balor against the ropes gets kneed in the midsection by Cameron Grimes. Salome A says, please read my comment. It will make my day. I have read your comment, my friend, and shout out to you. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. Shout out to everyone that's joining us. Cameron Grimes has got Balor in a tricky position here, but Balor kicking out at Cameron Grimes. Nails him with a beautiful strike. Takedown. Double stomp by Balor. How long we got left? We got 50 minutes. 50 minutes left, that's all, of this week's NXT and AEW. Sling Blade by Balor. Sling Blade by Balor. Balor backed into the corner. Nice. Drop kick. Cameron Grimes in position for the coup de grace. Are we going to see Damian Priest? Balor is starting to climb up. And he, goes for coup de grace, but Cameron Grimes moves, rolls up Balor, 2. Kick out by Balor. This is getting interesting. I thought Cameron Grimes had stolen it then. Cameron Grimes with a head kick. There's been no lag as well for a long, long time. I think about an hour and a half, we've not had any lag. Must have just been a bad spell, I don't know. Bad connection, maybe. Something not quite right. Balor planting Cameron Grimes. Sammy Guevara coming out on AEW. Balor up. Oh, Cameron Grimes nailing Balor, planting him down. Shoulder up. I feel like this match has been going on for a little while now. I don't know how long it's been. But are they going to start talking about a time limit here? Here we go. Oh, Cameron Grimes was looking for that double stomp. 1916? Oh! 1916. Oh, only gets a 2.9. Finn Balor can't believe that Cameron Grimes kicked out of that. Balor going to the outside, climbing up top. Now he's going for coup de grace. Nails coup de grace. Connects with coup de grace. He's not gone for the pin. 1916 again. 1916 again. And 1, 2, 3. Balor wins. 1916. Coup de grace. 1916. Finn Balor picking up the victory. And over on AEW, we've got Sammy Guevara and Colt Cabana. Great match. Was good. Kept kind of tuning in. Everyone that's joining us, shout out to everyone who's joining us. Do you know what 1916 means? I know what it means. I know its historical importance. So Balor with the victory. Uh, 1-1 Finn and Grimes. Do you think Nia Jax should be fired? I don't know. I don't know if she should be fired. I think that she is too rough with certainly the smaller people. I mean, which is most people against Nia. I don't know if they've spoke to her. I don't know what conversations have been had. Wow. Finn Balor calls out Keith Lee. Finn Balor wants the North American Championship. That's a great match to make because Keith Lee beat Johnny Gargano. Finn Balor beat Damian Priest. Putting them two on a collision course does make perfect sense. You could argue that the winner of that should be the #1 contender. Casey Catanzaro is going to be taking on Dakota Kai. And we go to commercial break for NXT. I like that match. I like Keith Lee against Finn Balor. He challenges Lee. He does. What is the main event? Is it Cody? I think it could be Cody. And in all fairness, I am a fan of championship matches being the main event. So, and that should be a great match as well. Mark Quinn is someone that people are really excited about. So we're still underway with Colt Cabana against Sammy Guevara. Hope you're well. Just wondering, do you order from Ringside often? Wondering how long does it take for UK delivery? My Fiend pre-order has been dispatched. It should be with you within. If it's been dispatched, well, it's difficult right now because everything's slowed down, isn't it? So you've probably got to give it a good couple of weeks, but might not even be that long. But to answer your question, I've ordered from them once. I placed a decent size order, but the custom charges were hurt. Let's put it that way. The custom charges hurt. They definitely did sting. But if it's stuff that you just can't get in the UK, then what can you do? Both shows are going to need Ty Dillinger because I'm going to give them both a perfect 10, says Donald. Cody versus Quinn as main. I would think so, yes. I mean, there's only just over 40 minutes left to go, and it is for a title. So that would make sense. I can't see anything else that they've advertised in advance, to be honest, match-wise. So there could be another match after this. But once we start getting to half an hour and so, then that's when we start getting to the main event time. So Sean says, I want Colt Cabana to get hit in the head and revert back to his Scotty Goldman persona from his WWE days. LSW, shout out to you, my friend. Who do you want to see Adam Cole drop the title to? Maybe Dexter Lumis. I mean, I kind of feel like Dexter Lumis is in and around that title picture, and I know that he's not had the big wins, but I think he's a very interesting character. He's got a big match tonight, and if he wins this tonight, then you could say that he deserves an opportunity if he's going to beat the champion. then that's going to be a big statement. So the main event of NXT tonight is going to be very interesting, which I'm guessing is going to be Adam Cole against Dexter Lumis. What Finn Balor do you prefer? Well, I do like Demon, but I do like this darker Finn Balor. I do like this more sinister Finn Balor. So I wonder what a darker, more sinister Demon would be like. That might not even be possible. Casey Catanzaro. Catanzaro. I've got no idea if that's how you spell a name, but I've gone with that. Colt Cabana doing quite well here, going to the middle rope, showing off the guns. Oh, big splash by Colt. 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out by Sammy. Raquel Gonzalez coming out with Dakota Kai. I do like these two. Dakota Kai with very sparkly attire. Casey Catanzaro is very impressive in the ring. She can do some crazy stuff. She's hard to pin down. She's very small in stature, but Dakota Kai doing a little bit of showboating, and Raquel Gonzalez just standing in front of Casey so that she can't jump Dakota Kai. Not that she would. I'm probably more into this NXT match than Colt and Sammy. I do like Dakota. Dakota with a different hairstyle as well. She's really mixed up her hairstyle. She's got a bit of a perm now. She's rocking a perm, and there's a bit of like pink in her hair as well. Pushing the face of Casey. Casey to the outside. Casey pushing Dakota. Takes her leg away. Over the top. Lovely. Dakota to the outside. Dakota grabs Casey. Spins around. Goes for a kick. Casey manages to get out the way. Head scissor takedown on the outside. So, Casey and Dakota are on the outside. Casey throwing Dakota back into the ring. Oh, I love that move. Flips over and into the lower back. Casey delivers that leg into the lower back. That's a nice finishing move, actually. If she was to do that right at the end of a match, that is great. She does this flip and her leg just catches the lower back. Which I should imagine would make it very difficult to kick out. If you're being pinned, if you've just taken a strike to your lower back, that's gonna make it hard. I really like that. I really like that move. That might be the most impressive move I've seen tonight on either show. Casey Catanzaro, so interesting. Dark Order have come out, by the way. They're trying to recruit Colt Cabana. Casey rolls up Dakota. Just a 2. Casey backed into the corner. Dakota charging over. Casey moves out the way. Forearm strikes by Casey. Kicks to the chest. She's really unloading. Colt having to choose which way to go, and he seems to be going the way of the Dark Order. That's interesting. Colt Cabana. I think Dakota's going to pick up the victory. Matt Hardy making his way out. So Dakota getting the victory, but really enjoyable little match. Dakota Kai is an eyesore. He's an Orange Days fan now. Is Matt broken? Well, he's just cycling through his different former personas, isn't he? They're absolutely destroying Casey Catanzaro right now. Forearm strikes. She's slumped down in the corner. Raquel Gonzalez likes what she sees. Here comes Caden Carter. Caden Carter coming down, causing a distraction. Colt had better not go heel. Well, he certainly wandered down that tunnel. We've got a matter of fact. Okay, Matt has gone broken now. Up next, we got Fantasma. So, Matt doing the delete now. Delete. He did turn broken. Hope you enjoyed the Twilight Zone. Drake Maverick versus Fantasma. Is it? All I saw, it just said Fantasma coming up next. Have we got a little... Is this Joey? Talking about he thinks sometimes his best moments in wrestling are behind him. He says, somewhere I lost my direction. Days, if Balor wins the North American title, he needs to hold that title for a long time. Do you think WWE and AEW should do a pay-per-view together? No. Dream Survivor Series match, 5-on-5 NXT versus AEW. Who would you pick? I don't see it happening. I know it's like a dream thing. If we were going to be doing that, then you just look at the top of the card. I mean, you'd go Adam Cole, you'd go Johnny, you'd go maybe Karrion Kross at the moment, Keith Lee, Finn Balor, and then you'd go Omega, Hangman, Jericho, Cody, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. Probably Moxley, probably the champion. Gets in a car with, I think, a woman. The main event of NXT will be Dexter Lumis versus Adam Cole. Will Lumis win? I definitely think because it's a non-title match, he's got a very good opportunity, yes. Brent Lanning says AEW is really good tonight. Yeah, it's only that last match that I couldn't really get into it. But I like the fact that he went and followed the Dark Order. Revival is the best thing we've seen tonight. And I do think that AEW is the slightly better show going into... I just feel like it's the same every week. I pretty much feel like AEW always does just enough to pip NXT. And not that NXT is like a bad show, but it's just AEW always has something more, like a bigger talking point or something. That tends to be what happens each week. I mean, like, what's your big talking point from NXT tonight? What's your big talking point? Whereas with AEW, no doubt, the debut match of the Revival, and even Orange Cassidy getting beaten up, was a big moment, but what's your big moment on NXT? That's the difference for me. Both put on good shows. Both have good matches. Both have fine promos. But it's just, you get bigger moments, bigger talking points with AEW. Did you like In Your House? I did like In Your House, yes. Who do you think would win in a champion versus champion match? Drew versus Braun. I think Drew would win. I think Drew would win. Mainly because Drew, we know, was meant to be champion, but we know that Braun wasn't. It was meant to be Roman. Timothy Thatcher. What's Timothy Thatcher doing? Leave your tears at home. I think they've done a good job with Thatcher. This training will be barbaric. I do like Timothy Thatcher. Del Fantasma. Just a word with Colt Cabana backstage. See what Colt's got to say. Is he at the Dark Order door? He is knocking on the Dark Order door. Door opens. Very interesting development. Fantasma. Fantasma is here. The current Cruiserweight champ. Gonna cut a promo. Or interim Cruiserweight champ, I should say. Are we going to see the Van of Lucha? Oh, hello, Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick coming out. Colt joins the Colt. Drew versus Braun. Yeah, I agree. I think Drew would win. If Colt joins the Dark Order and gets a mask, could it be a return of Matt Classic? We're going to have to see. It's a development I wasn't expecting. Drake Maverick saying congratulations to Fantasma. Uh, 29 minutes left, yes. Billy Gunn is going to be wrestling again in 2020. They're just showing us next week. We got the Young Bucks in action against the Super Bad Death Squad. The Super Bad Death Squad. That's a great name. Moxley's arrived in AEW. Moxley says he's in a real bad mood. There we go. Moxley says he's got no time for people that run their mouth and they don't know what they're on about. And he lays into Taz. If he was trying to get under my skin, it's worked. A very angry Moxley. Fantasma. Oh, hello, we got the Luchas. The two masked men now. We've got Drake Maverick in the ring. Fantasma turns around. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Oh, headbutt by Fantasma. Fantasma is working with the Van of Luchas. So Mendoza and Whackin' Wild were the two masked men. Fantasma taking his mask off. I am Santos Escobar. And no one can touch me. Well, isn't that a bit of sexy character development, eh? Isn't that a little bit of sexy character development? Over on AEW, Brian Cage is beating up on Moxley. Brian Cage is jacked, isn't he? Brian Cage looks awesome. Wow, that was a great moment on NXT. Another picture. Another picture. Loomis has left another picture, and it's a picture of Undisputed Era on the floor with blood. Moxley goes into the back of a car and breaks the back window. The back window of that car shatter him. So many vehicles getting destroyed in wrestling. Wrestling at the moment has got a real problem with vehicles. I don't know why. I don't know what the beef is. Every show, there's a vehicle getting destroyed. It was literally Sunday. We saw Adam Cole doing the same. Unbelievable. Oh, Loomis looking through. Loomis on the outside. That's freaky, isn't it? Look at that. Loomis just staring through the door. Oh, I love Loomis. So good. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good, man. Fantasma didn't look like a heel, but without the mask, he probably does. I like Jon Moxley. Well, he was getting beated up right then. Right, commercial break for NXT. 24 minutes to go. We're at main event for both shows now. So it's going to be Adam Cole against Loomis. It's going to be Cody against Mark Quinn. Now, that was a good moment. That was a good moment. Your crazy days. NXT has been a banger. So many seeds planted and layers to this show. Seeds planted, but we're seeing things grow on AEW. That's what I would say. I understand that seeds are being planted, but I think AEW has... Do you know what? I think AEW plants seeds and also has things shooting up at a better rate than what NXT do. Like, tonight, we've seen that beatdown of Orange Cassidy. We've seen the Revival's first match. We've seen Colt Cabana now turn into the Dark Order. You know? I mean, there hasn't been anything, like, hugely monumental, but I would say more than what we've seen with NXT. You're right, seeds have been planted on NXT, and that bodes well for the future, but it doesn't pay off tonight. The seeds are planted. You can theorize as to where things are going. I will admit that Fantasma moment was very, very good. Fantasma moment was very good. And, you know, yeah, you got Balor calling out Keith Lee.
Coaster Mania.
Dexter Loomis thing is interesting, so I don't disagree. Neither show is bad.
Chat. Fantasma looked like a villain in a Jackie Chan movie.
Fantasma looked like a villain in a a Jackie Chan movie. Well, there we go. I have not seen a lot of Jackie Chan movies, if I'm being honest. So I can't comment. I'm going to take your word for it. Sandman882 says, Dexter Lumis hasn't said a word, and he is one of my favourites. They just keep putting him in really interesting positions, don't they? Even there, where he's just staring through the door. I really like this picture thing as well. They say a picture speaks 1,000 words. And, you know, he drew that picture of them being tied up in the back of the car. And, okay, he didn't tie them up, but he certainly locked them in the boot and drove away. So you can say that that picture came true. Now he's got the picture of them on the floor bleeding. You know, he's clearly saying that he's going to be beating all of them up tonight. We'll have to see how that plays out. So I agree. What they've done with Lumis has been very, very entertaining. Very entertaining. I've really enjoyed it. Right, let's rumble along. And as we said, both shows I think have been very good tonight. But I've got to tell you, going into the main event for me, AEW is just a touch ahead. I don't know about you, but I am excited for Backlash. Yes, so am I. Change the names on screen. I will, once we know for sure that it is the main events. Both shows were just at commercial break. AEW is still at commercial break. Right now, though, for NXT, we're just looking at an advert for Backlash. We got the Iconics. We got Bayley and Sasha. We got Alexa and Nikki. Should be a good match. A women's tag team championship match next week. Shotzi, Blackheart, and Tegan Nox will go up against the tag team champs. I don't like that team. That's just 2 single stars thrown together. I'm not feeling that. Tag team championship next week. Imperium against Breezango. So 2 tag team championship matches next week on NXT. Here comes Dexter Lumis. So it is main event time. With his great Stranger Things music. Here he is. With his killer gloves. Great look. Love Dexter Lumis. He used to be in the NWA as Sam Shaw. He was a best man at Nick Aldis's wedding. So he has competed in the NWA. It's just a shame that he joined NXT just before Power. If he'd have joined them, you know, if he'd have done like at least just the first few Powers, that would have been amazing. Or if Power had started earlier, he would have been on Power. Brilliant. Such a great character. Oh my God. I feel like he's staring at me. Does anyone else get that vibe? Anyone else genuinely feel unsettled? Adam Cole Bay making his way down. Yeah. Cody. Mark Quinn. Dun, 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 dun. Lumis has a cameo. He talks, but has his glove still very odd. Yeah, Roderick Strong is really nervous. Lumis has got into Roderick Strong's head, no doubt. So, TNT Championship match. I love the fact that this is the main event. It is for a title. I don't know if doing it every week is going to devalue the title. I don't know. Good armband on Quinn that says Mark Quinn's got a Black Lives Matter armband. I don't think the belt has changed, has it? Is the belt still unfinished? Loomis just staring at Adam Cole. I do think both matches are going to be excellent. But out of all of these, I'm drawn to Loomis. Loomis and Cole lock up. Loomis drives Cole back, and he kind of starts to back away. Cole's a great wrestler. Cole's going to feel very comfortable in there against Loomis. Cole's going to be very confident. Longest reigning NXT champion. I don't think he's going to be feeling too scared, but look at them strikes. Beautiful strikes. Those strikes by Loomis. Look, $1 million. Dexter Loomis, a great striker. Those strikes. You know, sometimes there's flailing, not there from Loomis. Really throwing in some big bombs. Love the look of that. Loomis to the outside. Adam Cole getting back into the ring. We're underway with Mark Quinn and Cody. There's only 16 minutes left. 16 minutes left of both shows. AEW main event seems a little boring. They're really selling this Dexter gimmick by making Fish petrified of him. I'm picking Cody and Loomis. Yeah, I think you could be right. Loomis sliding out the ring. Beautiful. I think it was an open palm strike. Such power as well. Just seeing him throwing Adam Cole around. Absolutely manhandling Adam Cole. He does that. I'm not so sure about... I don't know about that. Him sliding on his knees, walking on his fists. I'm not sure about it. It's a big trademark of his, but... don't know. I mean, I'm not going to tell him not to. If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. To the outside. Cole. Beautiful big boot. And Loomis goes down to the outside. Mark Quinn trying to get a quick pin, but shoulder up by Cody. This is going to be a carnage. Oh, thank you. Thank you, NXT. NXT goes to commercial. So we can focus our attention to AEW. Cody taking Mark Quinn's leg away. Oof, nasty kick to the head. As I said, both of these matches should be really good. I don't think you're going to be onto a loser, whatever show you're watching. Mark Quinn is definitely someone they've got an eye on for the future. Cody tying up the legs. He's going to look to try and pull those arms back. He is looking for the surfboard. There it is. Oh, lovely. Dragon Sleeper. Yeah, that is a great hold by Cody. JR says they've got to go to break now. Thankfully, with Fight, can still carry on watching the action. Cody still pulling back on the arms of Mark Quinn. Kick to the back. Mark Quinn down, face first, and Cody up to his feet. Strike coming in by Mark Quinn. And Cody hurls Mark Quinn to the outside. Arn Anderson, of course, is at ringside as well. We are at commercial break for NXT. 13 minutes left. Both shows very enjoyable. I love AEW, but the main event of NXT is better, says Mazineric. Days, who do you think will win, Adam or Dexter? Rashini, I'm going to go with Dexter. I'm starting to think AEW are just going to leave the TNT title as it is, says Esteban. I don't know. I think they will get it finished. I think there was such a negative response to it. They came out and said, oh, it's not finished yet. It's not finished yet. So I think they will do something with it. Cody, outside, grabbing Mark Quinn, slamming his leg on the edge of the ring. Still at commercial break for NXT. Cody still firmly in control. Days, do you like the NXT belt now or before And if there was a match between Dexter and Orton for a bout, who do you think would win? Have they changed it? Have they made it bigger now? Because honestly, I didn't notice a difference. Dexter and Orton for a belt. Well, I'd say Orton's experience would probably see him through. I mean, Dexter's brand new. Cody charging over. Back elbow by Mark Quinn. Big boot by Mark Quinn. Quinn starting to come back into this match. Going up top. Oh, no! I don't think that was a botch. Mark Quinn went to do a springboard move, but his knee gave out and he ended up collapsing. So he went onto the ropes, but just collapsed down. I don't think that was a botch. I think he's actually doing some selling there. I think he's selling the knee that and the leg that Cody has been working on. So I think that's all right. I think that was good. He went to do a springboard action and couldn't do it. Maybe a little bit early to be selling an injury like that in this match. Maybe that spot would have made a little more sense in 5-6 minutes time if Cody had kept targeting it. Because this early, it did look like a botch. They're showing a replay of it here. There's the replay. It does look like a botch. But I don't think it was. Dexter down on his knees. We're back with NXT. 10 minutes to go. Days, did you know I watched Monday Night Raw on Monday, June 8th in Highland, Indiana? Amazing. Here we go. Look, Dexter Lumis over that middle rope. Adam Cole kick into the side. Dexter Lumis definitely feeling that. Cole going over, grabbing Lumis, looking for a net breaker. Gets it. Gets a net breaker on Dexter Lumis. So both matches rumbling along. Can you do an escape after? Unfortunately not, my friend. I think there are some things going on after. I think Coast Maniacs has got a live stream after. Insiders, maybe? Lumis is like, come on, give me some more. Give me some more. I love Dexter Lumis's strikes. I honestly think he's one of the best strikers in wrestling. His strikes are so crisp. Running Bulldog. Lands the Running Bulldog. Lumis looking around at the crowd. Picks up Adam Cole. Hangs him out into a suplex. Beautiful. Going for the pin. Ain't going to get it with that. Cody in a little bit of trouble as well. Mark Quinn starting to get back into it. Mark Quinn first to his feet. Adam Cole on the shoulders of Lumis. Back elbow by Adam Cole. Looking for the super kick. Lumis. German. Going for the pin. 2. Oh, shoulder up by Cole. Mark Quinn going for a pin as well. And Cody gets his shoulder up. Cody outside the ring. Do you think Tommaso will go to the main roster? He said he doesn't want to. That was a while ago. I don't know how much say he's going to have in it, in all fairness. I don't know if he's got a choice. It's hard to know where he's going to go from here. We did see him earlier. He didn't say anything. He just got into a car. Drove away. Adam Cole gets caught by Lumis. And he manages to fight his way out. Super kick by Adam Cole. Lumis goes down. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. It's getting tasty. Mark Quinn Oh, Cody gets thrown across the ring. Mark Quinn up over the top, comes crashing down onto Cody. Both guys on the outside on AEW. Over on NXT, Adam Cole grabbing the head of Loomis. He's going to go for that knee strike. Tries to deliver it. Loomis ducks down. Ooh, spine buster. Loomis now throwing some big right hands to Adam Cole. I tell you, the champion's in trouble here. Champion's in trouble, and Loomis just pulling his glove down a little. Cole hurls Loomis to the outside. Loomis was going under the ring. There, he's told them to go round and get him. I bet he's not there. He's not there. He has gone under the ring, and Roderick Strong's very nervous. Loomis has completely gone under the ring. He's behind Adam Cole. Spinebuster. Loomis. 1, 2. Oh, that was good by Loomis. That was good by Loomis. Man, he went under the ring quick. He really managed to get under the ring. Have they got like some kind of conveyor belt under there or something? He must have been doing this on his hands and knees, sliding very quickly. Also, I don't know how he made it across so fast. Knees up by Adam Cole. Mark Quinn going up top as well on AEW. Mark Quinn going up top. Cole looking for Panama Sunrise. Couldn't get it. Loomis has got that submission hold on. And Adam Cole cannot get out of this submission hold. Bobby Fish losing his mind. Oh, top rope enziguri by Roderick Strong. Loomis is down. This is going to give Cole the opportunity to deliver that knee strike. 1, 2, 3. Cole has won. Cody has won. Both guys have won at the same time. Cody beats Mark Quinn. Cole, I was more into the Cole Loomis match. Good match though. No denying, a good match. It was a great submission hold, and Mark Quinn taps. Cody gets the win. Sign of respect from Cody to Mark Quinn. Helps him up, gives him a hug. Arn Anderson, applaud him, likes what he sees. I wonder where this feud between Cole and Loomis goes from here. So Loomis is down. Undisputed Era leaving the ring. Cole was about to leave the ring, but he doesn't quite. Cody kissing the TNT title. Mark Quinn walking away. And here we go. Look, Cole's been caught by that submission hold again. In comes Undisputed Era there. Kicking Loomis. It's a mugging right now. Velveteen Dream comes in. Dream grabs Roderick Strong. Hurls Roderick Strong into the steps. So Velveteen Dream is here. Dream with some big strikes. Hager has come out. I think Hager's going to be challenging Cody for that TNT title. Loomis chasing Roderick Strong, and Roderick Strong runs away. Hager stepping into the ring. Hager grabbing Arn Anderson. So Adam Cole holding up that NXT championship. What is happening? Lights have gone out. Lights have gone out on NXT. Karrion Kross is coming. Scarlett is standing on the entranceway. The smoke is starting to come in. Adam Cole is on his own. Karrion Kross is making a play for the NXT Championship. Scarlett very much is the bringer of bad news, isn't she? When you see her and behind her back and into a little spotlight is a timer. She turns it over, the sand pours down, smile on her face, and the message is sent. TikTok. Scarlett walks away. Karrion Kross has made a statement on NXT here. Sometimes it is just the simple things. Smile on Scarlett's face. I really like the ending there. AEW is ending in a mass brawl. I think NXT nailed the ending of their show here. I think AEW started the better. I think NXT has finished the better. And just a long look here at that. I don't know what you call it. Is it an egg timer? I don't know what they're called. NXT finishes. So Inner Circle had come out. Cody says, I know what you're asking for. Is that what you want? You got it. So Fighter Fest, it's going to be Cody versus Hager for the TNT title. Well, there we go. Wow. Difficult one to score now. For me, AEW
Poster Maniacs
just
is a
ahead
legend.
going into the main
They
event.
donated $10 via super chat. Please tell me Kross has a TikTok account.
Let's see what Coaster's saying. Please tell me Kross has a TikTok account. He's probably got shares in TikTok, let alone an account. Oh, do you know what? It might feel a bit of a cop-out to say they were both the same, but I am struggling to say that they weren't, if I'm being really honest, because I do think AEW started the stronger, and I said that going into the main event. Going into the main event, for me, AEW was just a touch ahead. I love Loomis. I loved that match. I did not expect Scarlett, and I didn't expect Karrion Kross to make a play so soon for the title. I thought the way it was done really well as well. I think they're about the same, you know. I really do. I think they're about the same. Great ending, says LSW. AEW 7.8, NXT 8.3. Sunny Wolf says AEW 7, NXT 9. Chalmers says 7.5 for both. Roddick says NWA was better. AEW 8.7, NXT 8.9. So far, the community is saying that NXT was just ahead. Although Sean says AEW 8, NXT 7.7 because of that main event. Loomis should have won. I don't think they're looking to put Loomis in the title picture yet. That's the vibe I'm getting. I think they're really looking at moving with Karrion Kross. So, interesting. AEW began good. NXT finished well. Both were great. 7s for me, says Maddox. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Jay says NXT was an 8.25. AEW was an 8.5. DJ B Tazzy says 7.5 for both. NXT wrecked AEW tonight, says Tommy B. Well, I don't know, because, I mean, like, the Karrion Kross Adam Cole thing's really cool, but then so was the Revival, or FTR, and the Young Bucks, and the little playoff there between those two. That was cool. The Orange Cassidy attack was cool. I'd say most of the matches on both shows were good. I think it's very difficult. I'm really thinking they're the same. I just have to go with. Yeah, Chalmers says a draw as well. I agree. I'm gonna say both shows were about a 7-5, maybe a 7-7-5. I could go with 7-7-5. Was there enough there for it to be? I mean, they were just both solid, really. I don't know if there was really anything that cray-cray. I think they both had nice moments. But was there like a real OMG moment? Maybe the Karrion Kross thing. But I'm going to stick with what I said. Because I meant what I said. I think AEW was better going into the main event. I think the main event was better for NXT. So I think they both come out as a draw this week. And I think by and large people are in the chat are pretty much in agreement. There's some people that might have AEW a whisper ahead. Some people that might have AEW a whisper ahead. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that it was a draw. I kind of feel that way as well. I agree. I kind of feel that way as well. Chalmers says, not really that big OMG moment there. That's true. I think the Loomis thing, the Cross thing was the highlight for me when it came to NXT. And that's very comparable to, I suppose, FTR and the Young Bucks. Of course, Fantasma taking his mask off. Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice moment. Although, I did already know that. We actually did a video on the channel quite a while ago. Like, a good few weeks ago now. In fact, I think before the tournament even started, we did a video on the channel saying that Fantasma was the person behind the Lucha van. And I remember people saying, do you still believe that now that he's in this tournament and he's made his debut? And I was like, look, I can only tell you what I've heard. I can only tell you the rumors that I'm hearing and the things that are being said. And obviously it has proved to be that way. So fans are the winners tonight, says James Chadwick. Well, yes, I agree. How was the Adam Cole match? Good. Good. Adam Cole match was good. Really enjoyed it against Loomis. Little disappointed that Loomis lost. I understand you've got to protect Adam Cole, though, you know, longest reigning champion. And if you're not going to do Adam Cole against Dexter Loomis for the title, if that's not your next step, then, yeah, don't have Loomis win. I think it does make sense that he would be cheated out of it. Because he still looks strong. Do you know what I mean? He still looks like the real deal. It's just, I think a lot of us are really into that character and would like to see him get that opportunity. But we do have to remember that he's only been on the roster a couple of months. Do you know what I mean? Like being used on a regular basis. I know he made a debut before, but he went away then for a long time. But really, he's been on the roster for a few months, being used. So there's plenty of time. I'm surprised they're moving with Karrion Kross this quick, but clearly they see what social media are saying. They've got the great entrance. Maybe Karrion Kross against Adam Cole isn't going to happen that quick. Perhaps they're going to, it's going to... Because when the clock was turned, there was still quite a bit of time. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if he'd completely run out of time and she's saying, that's it, your time's up. She was kind of saying time's running out. So I could see Karrion Kross having another match or so. But they've made their intentions very, very clear that maybe the next takeover is going to be Adam Cole, Karrion Kross. Eric Dorigi says, Days, both shows were splendidly superb. Really good shows. Both solid 6.85s to 7.25s. Loomis is awesome. He performs at NXT live shows here in
Eric
Florida
is a
lot
legend.
in the last
They
year.
donated $12.34
Shout
via
out
Super
to
Chat.
you, my friend.
Say, hi. Both shows were splendidly superb. Really good shows.
Really
Both
good
a
shows.
solid 6.85 to 7.25 out of
10. Loomis is awesome. He appears at a lot of NXT live shows. Yeah, I mean, look, if you get a chance to go to any NXT live shows, you should absolutely do it because you get to see a lot of talent that's breaking through. So, you know, you will have seen a lot of Loomis, and you also get to see some of the bigger names. Plus, when I went, they had, I've said this before, they had 3 stars that you could meet, and you could actually get some signed. So I think it was Xia Li, Casey Catanzaro, and Deonna Purrazzo, and those were the 3 that you could actually get like the autographs of and a picture with if you wanted. The queue was so long though, I actually didn't. I just went, sat down, and watched the show, and it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. Got to meet Kairi Sane after. Got my picture taken with Kairi Sane. She actually stayed and met everyone. So that was really cool. It's just for the money. I think I paid about $20 or something for the ticket. It was a really great night of action. I saw Keith Lee. I saw Undisputed Era. I saw the Viking Raiders. I saw Dakota Kai. I saw Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir. Who else did I see? There's like just loads of great superstars. So I really, really recommend it. So much fun. Sonny Wolf says 6 minutes till the Insiders. Yes, we'll snuggle up to the Insiders and then we will pass over to them. So in about 5 minutes time, over on the Insiders will begin. Rashini, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for the support. Shout out to Eric Derishi as well. AEW is live, probably. I don't think they've done house shows, have they, AEW? I could be wrong. I don't believe they have yet. Their shows just tend to be the Dynamites. Each week they do. I mean, obviously they didn't start that long before things got shut down. They started at the end of 2019. And then, you know, by the time we're getting to March of 2020, obviously everything gets shut down. So they haven't really had chance yet to get going with things and really establish things. But yeah, I bet when they start their house shows that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Too many wrestlers are using that rear naked neck chokehold as their finisher. Wajid says, was Balor on the show tonight? He was. He got a victory over Cameron Grimes. Kim says, I can only hope that Cross doesn't win the NXT title. I hate Cross because he was used to bury Ciampa. And also he gets opportunities over Balor, Gargano, and even Dijakovic. Well, the rumors are that Dijakovic is actually going to go to the main roster. And he was sat at ringside during Raw. One of the camera did pan over and he was actually sat on a chair. So we know that he was there. I know that they do use Performance Center recruits, but they don't tend to use people of that caliber. Like, you don't see Johnny Gargano and Keith Lee and Mia Yim and Candice LeRae at ringside. Yes, Shotzi Blackheart was there. But even she is still relatively new. So seeing Dijakovic was quite interesting. So Dijakovic rumours that he's going to go to the main roster might explain why he's not getting any opportunity at the moment. Gargano has got his hands full with Keith Lee. Ciampa put over Karrion Kross. I don't know what the future's going to hold for Ciampa. I do think that's a very interesting story. What next for Ciampa? Do you think that's quite interesting? So I don't know. My problem with Kross, because I have one problem with Kross, and my problem with Kross is I don't know of him. I never watched him in Impact. I don't watch Impact. So I need to be educated about him. I need to know what all the hype is about. I like his entrance. I don't like Scarlett mouthing to it, but she has kind of cut down on that. But I like his entrance. It's pretty big. He looks awesome. He towered over Ciampa. So he's got a great look. He's, muscular. She looks great as well. As a package, they look really cool. There's a lot of hype around them. They've definitely got the support. but I've yet to see a good match. You know, I was saying earlier, good matches are important to me because I have to watch a lot of wrestling. So because we watch AEW, NXT, Raw, NWA, SmackDown, you know, big New Japan shows, pay-per-view shows, we watch a lot of wrestling. So if I'm going to watch a lot of wrestling, I want to see good wrestling. So I haven't seen it yet from Cross because all we've been getting is squash matches, even against Ciampa. You know, for me, the worst match at TakeOver was the Ciampa Karrion Kross match. Now, not really their fault. They told a story that maybe needed to be told, but you didn't really get much from it other than, wow, this guy's serious. This guy's the real deal, you know? But I'm looking for that great match, and maybe that comes against Adam Cole. I don't know. So I'm on board. I'm interested. Cross is a great character, says Tony. Days, how old are you? I am 21, Alan. 21. Wajid says, I think Ciampa is kind of like Randy Orton on NXT. He can take losses and still be taken seriously. I agree. Any news on Mercedes Martinez? Is she just staying at home? I believe she is, yes. I believe she is. I don't think she's been released, or I'm not sure that she's injured or anything along those lines. Martinez. Let me have a look for you and see what the news is. What is the... So, status of missing popular star remains unclear. She excited a lot of fans. They've asked about the current status. Not a lot of details were given. She's not mentioned any injuries of late. So, no news. It is the news. I mean, she signed with WWE in January. She was used on TV in January and February. And then when the pandemic hit, she's gone missing. Now, I've just read that she's too far away, can't get to Florida, staying out the way. Perhaps she's got some health problems that we don't know about, like, you know, maybe like her immune system's not that strong or has had issues in the past or something like that. So no news, but certainly no news that she's injured or she's been fired or anything like that. So I think Karrion Kross has snapped Ciampa, and Ciampa will join forces with Gargano and they'll reform DIY. I'm not sure about that because you keep getting DIY and then they split and then they're back and then they're split and then they're turning on each other, then they're friends. I would keep them apart for now. Days, when will you turn 20? That is such a great question, Chalmers. I wondered that myself. Yes, John, let's say next year. Next year. Right, we can't stick around anymore. I'd love to keep chatting, but we do need to part ways, my friend, because the insiders have started, so you can continue to share your thoughts over there. It's the podcast for this community. They are two members of our community, and they started a podcast, and I think they're starting to do live stuff as well, and I think they're going to start to read out your thoughts as well. So you can continue your thoughts, sharing your thoughts over there at the Insiders Wrestling Podcast. We are back tomorrow. I do want to just mention this before we part ways. We are back tomorrow for WrestleMania 25, a watch-along, a historic watch-along. I have always said that we won't do streams over 3 hours, but I took that rule away, and how great that we've got a WrestleMania to look forward to. So we are watching it on the network, and obviously you can join us at any time for that. We will start at 11 o'clock UK time, which is 6 o'clock Eastern. So that's the time that it will start tomorrow. So 11 o'clock at night UK time, 6 p.m. Eastern. We will wait 10 minutes or so just for people to join us, and then we will start. And if you do join us late, it's not a problem. You'll see the timer on screen, and then you'll be able to join us and catch up at that point. So we've got that happening. Obviously, we're back on Friday for SmackDown, UFC on Saturday, Backlash on Sunday. Huge. Only the greatest wrestling match ever. So we've got that coming up as well. So Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate the support. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.